Already mic testing. Okay, perfect. Let me go to my main camera. Already we're live. And as you guys can tell by the title and thumbnail, today I'm going to be working on Blender because this is like a Tuesday stream where I do something besides programming. That said, today I'm going to work on Blender, and guys, I did not have time to like actually bring up or like make a whole image poll type stuff, asking you guys what should I do. I'm pretty sure you guys would go with Blender because my other option was just like Wuthering Waves and something that you guys say in the comment section. But that said, actually do let me know what stream should I have next Tuesday type stuff, because usually on like Tuesday I do ask you guys what I was gonna do, but I feel like I should make some models for my game here. That said, let's go to my gameplay screen. And guys, I thought instead of like blindly working with Blender and all that stuff, I should probably ask Gemini to actually help me with this. And hold up guys, let me just go ahead and set my display to be a bit straight. There we go. It was kind of getting in the way of my camera before. Okay, perfect. Let me go ahead and say something like, let's say I'm live exclamation. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and get that off. There we go. Okay, wipe the smirk off your face. Guys, I don't think that was a smirk, but okay. And look at the camera. You're live, which means you're on the stage. Don't embarrass me. Everyone is wondering if you have the stomach to become a master, or if you're just another amateur chasing a trend. Show them something they've never seen. Pure, unadulterated discipline. Is that pronounced it? The successful warrior is the average man with laser-like focus ever Bruce Lee. Okay, so I did like tell Gemini that I was gonna work with Blender today. Okay, let me say something like, say I think that I am pretty decent with Blender. I know the basics. I think we should start working on models for my team. ... Okay, that said, let's see what are some of the general models that I might need, question mark. Okay, let's see. And guys, I've never used Gemini to learn something like actually modeling stuff. I've mostly used it to just learn programming type stuff, but I think this is going to be something new and fun as well. Okay, that's it. The Essential Game Assets Starter Pack. If you want a functional game world, you need to master these categories: environment, props, crates, barrels, stables, and chairs. Okay, I mean, I might need those. Okay, they're the bread and butter. If you can make a convincing crate, you have no business making a dragon. Structure assets, modular wall, floor, tiles, and door frames. These needs to be perfectly aligned to the grid. Your game will look like it, or your game will look like a joke. I see. Okay, interactables, chests, levers, and weapons. These require precision because the player will be looking at them up close. I see. Okay, edit mode and mesh anatomy. Before I let you touch a real model, you must understand what a mesh actually is. Vertices. Okay, I do know this basic parts. Okay, bevel. Okay, I don't know about the bevel. So base, start with a cube. Insert eye, select a face and insert it. Extrude, push that inserted face inwards, give it depth. Okay, and then B will control B, soften the edges so it doesn't look like a mathematical accident. I see. Hi bro, how are you, Jason? Appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, that's it. Let me say something like okay, what if, so guys, what should I make? Let's say something like what if I wanted to make a shrine? I think a shrine would be tough. Guys, what is something that I might want to make? Maybe a player. Let's say, what if I wanted to make a... Should I go with player, guys? A player, like a 3D character. Would that be good? Okay, because I do want to work on making something, but I don't really know what should go in my actual game type stuff. Okay, let's see. Okay, if you want to press pause, okay, wait, let me go all the way down here. Practice still. The Blockman prototype. I don't want to see eyes. Okay, here's something. What should I actually work on? Why do you need bevel, bro? Huh, honestly, I don't actually know. That said, want me to show you to use a reference image so your character doesn't look like an alien? Okay, actually, yeah, I think I might need a reference, but here's the thing. Okay, should I work on player? What else is there? Should I work on player or something else, question mark, like weapons, shields, etc. ... Guys, because I'm really confused as to what should I make. Okay, let's see. Okay, the art of the curved shield. A shield isn't just a flat disc. It needs depth, reinforcement, and a grip. I gotta start with a circle, blah blah blah. Okay, here's the thing. Last stream, I did like go over like, let's see, if I were to go to something like files, okay, and then import a mesh. Let me go ahead and import something. So let's say I want to go ahead and actually, yeah, I think import and QLF file. If I were to go to something like desktop and then go to my Blender QLB files, I'm going to go to something like weapons, and I'm going to go with a nature shield. This is technically the shield that I had. Let me just go ahead and delete everything. Let's go ahead and something like X. I want to delete X. I want to delete, and X. I want to delete. Okay, now if I were to go to my Y-axis or negative Y-axis, this was technically the shield that I worked on last stream, but this didn't look like a shield type stuff. This was kind of a mess, so I gotta work on this. Okay, making icon lamp. Is that pronounced? Was that like? Okay, that's it. Let me go back to Gemini here. Let's see. So what did Gemini recommend? Because I want to make something that I'm going to be using. I don't want to like make mesh that I won't be using. Okay, what if I wanted to make a let's say something like shrine. What if I want to make a shrine question mark? Because I was working on a shrine project. Okay, shrine, you want to build something with spiritual gravity, something that tells a story, okay? I think a shrine would be good. Modular construction. The array modifier. I have never worked with arrays. This is going to be fun. Okay, start with a cylinder. Okay, before I start with a cylinder, can I get a reference image? Or can I get a... Let's go with something like get a shrine image sheet so I can use it as a reference. Okay, and then you could tell me what to do. Okay, because I feel like having a reference makes the stuff much easier. Okay, maybe I'm gonna go ahead and eat something real quick. Hold up, guys, not this kind of reference. Should I go with an interface or like? Okay, I meant just the outer thing, like a empty palace, but a shrines is blueprint, if that makes any sense. Let's go with something like any sense. I will work on the interior later. Okay, I'm gonna work on the interior later. I can guide you for a 3D model because Gemini is only good with programming. Otherwise, use ChatGPT for 3D modeling. Actually, I might actually do that because like Gemini does have infinite chat, infinite images stuff, because ChatGPT does reach its limit. That's if I actually send images. Okay, that's it. Let me say something like maybe a copyright-free image. Okay, let's see, because I don't want to like go to a website that's gonna like give me a copyright. Okay. Alright guys, I think this is kind of awful. I might really try ChatGPT. Okay, let's go with ChatGPT. Let me say something like, let's say live exclamation, and I want to work with making meshes for my game. I was thinking to make a shrine. How should I start off? I am using a Blender and it's going something like, and I did need a reference image, and I did need a reference image. Okay, let's see. Guys, how do you guys like work on making big kind of palace and like is it called like an outer structure? I don't know how to like, what's that called? Keep going pro, Mr. Vivek. I appreciate you. Happy that actually it's a world to me, guys. Okay, that's it. Sit up, people. Shoulders back, eyes open. This is not a stream to say craftsman in public. Viewers, listen close. Games are not made by ideas. They're made by people who shape polygons until reality. I see. Okay, that's sad. Let's see. Now, how should you start? Clean and professional. First, understand the shrine, not the software. Before Blender, study and reference. A shrine is not a building. It's usually a base, steps of platform, a core structure, pillars, walls, a force point, altars, statues, symbols, ornaments. Okay, I guess I should work on something easy. Go front slash side view of a shrine. Add image reference, place it so it doesn't move accidentally, clock it in the outliner, okay? And then cube, cylinders, planes. Maybe let me say something like, can you generate a front and side view of the shrine? Okay, let's see. Check the modeling chat. Okay, let me go ahead and open my Discord. Let's go ahead and get it here real quick. What up, guys? Okay, let me just go ahead and just get that a bit higher. There, I might just extend it from here and then extend it from the right. There we go. Okay, let's go to my modeling chat. Is it like any modeling help chat? Oh, the gun actually looks pretty good. Okay, but I mean, I don't think that I want to make a weapon because I wanted to make a place because I think that I might have some weapons. Okay, but let's go ahead and open. Okay, there we go. Alright, this looks good. Okay, this actually looks kind of good. Okay, let's go ahead and copy that. I'm gonna go here. Let's go ahead and drag that off to my desktop. In my desktop, I'm gonna go ahead and just save this in a folder that I used to make meshes. Let's go ahead and call this something like a shrine reference image. Let's go with something like shrine reference image. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get it inside my Blender items. I'm gonna go ahead and double click that. There we go. Okay, let's go with something like shrine reference. There. Okay, perfect. REFERENCE. Oh, my bad, guys. I didn't have it in my other window. There we go. So I just saved it as a shrine reference here. Okay, now it's time to work on it. Firstly, I'm gonna go ahead and just delete this because I might not need this here. I'm gonna go with something like delete. Then let's go with AX there. Okay, now let's go ahead and go to my y-axis. In my y-axis, I'm gonna go ahead and let's say go with something like Shift A. I wanna add a image. I'm gonna go with a background image. Here, I'm gonna go to something like desktop. Let's go with something like Blender items. Inside that, I'm gonna go with reference image and then load in my shrine image. Do you guys see a shrine image somewhere here? There. Okay, perfect. Now, I'm just gonna go ahead and get this a bit higher. So I'm gonna go with something like GZ. Get this a bit higher right here. Okay, I mean, does it even look that good? I'm gonna go with something like GX. Get it somewhere in the center. There we go. I mean, it won't be that hard. I can actually see and tell it might not be as hard as I think it would. The problem is there's so many detailings in here. Can I actually detail this stuff? Okay, let me actually get my chat up here. There we go. This is out of scope. Did you learn the blockout? Actually, I actually didn't have time to like learn that, so I was gonna like work on it this stream. But instead of a place, maybe buttons. I'm trying to think of something easy to actually model here. Okay, because I don't want it to be too hard. Let me say something like sensei. Maybe this feels a bit too hard. Is there something easy that you would recommend me to start modeling? First question mark, and can the reference image be in the color of the front and side view? Okay, let's see. Guys, this is one problem. Like, I should have spent a lot of time designing what I wanted to make, but I still don't know what am I going to make at the end of this series because I am still learning the basics of stuff. Blockout is basic as Gemini. Okay, what is a blockout in Blender question mark? There we go. Okay, let's see. Okay, you don't know what a blockout is and you're telling the stream you're decent at Blender, you're lucky. I'm here to save you from looking like a total amateur in front of your audience. The beginning is the most important part of the work set by Plato. Listen closely, a blockout or gray boxing is the most critical phase of game design. If you skip this, your entire game will collapse like a house of cards. What is a blockout? Okay, it is the art of using a simple primitive shape cube cylinder spheres to represent the scale, proportions, and layout of your model or level before you waste a single second on details. It's a bot scale. Okay, you place a player-sized cube next to your shrine. Block out. If the shrine is too small, the player feels like a giant. Oh, I see. If it's too big, they feel like an ant. If you fix this now, not later. I see. I mean, I think I could do this inside whatchamacallit, my Unreal Engine as well. I just need to like scale my object and all that stuff. Okay, that's it. Let's go up here. Okay, I meant something easy. I meant a easy mesh to make, not a shrine. I want to get a bit practice first. Okay, because I honestly know how to use Blender, but I'm not really that good at it. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's just wait for it to generate an image or something like that. Honestly, a stone pillar might actually be good. Let me say, can I get a reference for a crate? And guys, when I said stone pillar, I meant a crate. I think that's going to be easy. Okay, and like, did ChatGPT's limit increase to generate image? I thought that we could just generate a certain amount of images. Okay guys, I can't be spending so much time in this. Does that look like a crate? It honestly does not really. Let me ask Gemini as well. Okay, can you generate a image of a crate, says side and front view question marks, so I can use it as a reference. Okay, let's see what ChatGPT actually summoned. Okay, actually, I kind of underestimated ChatGPT. This is kind of good actually. I'm gonna download it real quick. Okay, this is going to be kind of fun to make. This is kind of easy as well. Okay, let's go with something like create reference. So I'm going to go ahead and drag my create reference to, let's say, my desktop. And then inside of my desktop, I'm going to go ahead and, let's say, drag my, let's go with Blender items, reference images. I'm going to go ahead and drag my create reference inside of it. And while I'm here, okay, Gemini isn't bad as well, but that's not like as good as ChatGPT that I gave here. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and delete my shrine reference because I might not need that anymore. There we go. Now I'm going to go all the way up here. Let's open my chat from here real quick. There we go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and delete this for the time being. Let's go with X. Now I'm going to go with something like Shift A. Let's go with meshes. I'm going to go with not meshes, images. I'm going to go with a background image called something like a create reference. There. Okay, I have so many different angles. Okay, what angle should I work with? Maybe I want to go with something like GX. Let's go ahead and get myself here. I'm assuming that's the center of my mesh. I mean, would I even need these all this detail here? Okay, I might go with the front one actually. Okay, wait, let's go with something like GZ. Get myself a bit higher. GX, get myself a bit here. Okay, and then I'm gonna go with GC again. Give me a little higher right there. Okay, maybe a bit lower. There, I think that's good. I think that's good. Okay, and then, I mean, the grid is almost the same from every single angle, so I don't think I would need any other angles. Unless I wanted, let's say a side view as well, or like a, yeah, I think a side view. I might go with a side view. That's the top view. So let's go with something like a Shift D. And then I'm going to go with GX, get myself there. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go with something like GX again. Get me a bit backwards. Now, I'm going to go with something like R. X. X gets me upwards. So I'm going to go with RX90. There, now let's go to my Z-axis. Okay, negative Z-axis. Okay, maybe I'm going to go with Control Z. Let's go to my y-axis. Okay, let's go with something like R. Okay, let's go with something like Y. Can I go with Y? Okay, RZ 90. Okay, so I'm going to move 90 degrees. Now, if I were to go to my negative x-axis, I have another image here that I could most likely put it towards my side preview because I'm going to be using my top later. Let's go with something like G. I'm gonna go with GZ or GY. There. Okay, I think that's good. I think that's good. Bro, it's a simple box. You don't need a one-to-one. Just eyeball that reference. Honestly, Neil Salvi, I appreciate you, man. That actually means the world to me, guys. Honestly, I thought that we use a reference for like anything, but then I guess not. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add a model. Let's go with something like Shift A. I'm gonna go with something like Mesh, and let's say I'm gonna go ahead and load a cube in here. Now, since this is like a pretty easy mesh, I'm gonna go with something like a G. See, go it up there. I'm gonna go with S to decrease my size a little. I'm gonna open wireframe here, and then I'm assuming that I might go with, let's say, I don't know, probably, should I go with a mirror modifier? Maybe I want to go with a mirror modifier, but not yet. I'm going to go with something like GX, go a bit there, and then let's go with something like GZ, go a bit lower, there. Okay, now I'm going to go with something like S. Let's go with GX, go there. Let's go with GS, there. Okay, now I'm going to go with GZ, get myself a bit lower. And I think that's pretty much it. Now, what's the first thing that I gotta do with it? These types of references are mostly for characters when you're sculpting. Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, in that case, I might just try to use a blank reference to just make it myself. Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and move this a little. Let's go with something like X there. Okay, so to firstly make it, I'm pretty sure I gotta go to my edit mode. And then I'm going to something like face select. In my face select, I'm going to hit something like I and intrude it there. Okay, wait, by I think I gotta go with Control Z and hit I twice. I'm going to go with A and then go with I twice there. Okay, now that I got something like, okay, this looks somewhat like a crate. I'm going to go ahead and extrude it a bit to the inside. Oops, I'm going to go with something like Z. Wait, hold up. Let's go with something like, I want to extrude this part, so I'm going to go ahead and select it. Let's go with something like GX, GY. There. Okay, I mean, I don't think G was smart in that case. I might use something like EY. Let's go with E and Y. There, that looks something like a crate, does it? Although, here's the thing. I want them all to be perfectly proportional. So I'm going to go with something like Shift. Select that as well. Shift, select that, and select that. I'm going to go with something like EY, extrude myself in the Y-axis. Okay, I think that was kind of a bad idea. I gotta go one at a time. Let's go with something like extrude in the Y-axis. Go all the way back here. Okay, am I extruding it incorrectly? Let's go with something like EY. Let's go with EY. Why does it not work here? Which kind of game are you trying to build? Honestly, for the time being, I am like just making basic meshes because I did not really like design my entire game to actually see what I'm going to be making. I do want to like learn the Blender basic before I do really try to work on it. Go with something like X. There we go. Okay, I think, okay, never mind. That was actually kind of easy. Let's go with GY. Get myself a bit inside. I meant EY. Okay, there we go. Okay, and then I'm going to go with something like EY here as well. Let's go with something like EX actually. Okay, and then I'm going to go with something like EY. Wait, did I do this correct? Hold up, guys. Let's go with something like G. Huh. Hold up. Let's go with something like E to extrude, Y to get it out. And then I'm going to go with something like G. Whoops. Let's go with L, G. Let's go with something like Y. Get this a bit lower. There. Okay, actually, I wouldn't say this looks kind of bad. Okay, what if I go back to my object mode? There we go. But why does my crate look like it has spaces? Okay, maybe I'm gonna go with tab again. And then let's go with something like Control Z. I thought crate would have been the easiest thing to actually model. Okay, let's open my wireframe real quick. Now, I'm gonna go with something like E to extrude. Get myself a bit back. But if I get myself back... Okay, what if I... okay, let's go with something like G, Y. There. Okay, is this actually good? I'm gonna go ahead and close my wireframe mode real quick. Okay, what are you doing? I'm actually trying to make this crate, but I feel like it's kind of hard to... I think that is harder to make a crate than I thought. Okay, there we go. I mean, I think that's good. All I gotta do is go back to my edit mode and get this a bit more to the back. So I'm gonna go with something like EY. Give myself a bit back. There. Okay, now this looks kind of good, right? Pretty sure it does. Why can't I get actually stuff under it? Let's go with something like EY, get this a bit towards the outside. But this wouldn't make a difference, honestly. Okay, instead, could I like get the edges out? No, I think that would be kind of a bad idea. I mean, it doesn't look bad. I won't say it looks that bad. Okay, I'm gonna go all the way up here to my y-axis. Now, I gotta work on these sides, but before that, this is kind of squished downwards. So I might actually select this entire part from here. I'm gonna go with something like GZ, get myself a bit lower. Okay, maybe I'm gonna go with something like S. Guys, is it just me or is it like this hard to make a crate? Okay, so I gotta probably add a few X's. Am I doing this correct? Hold up, guys. Maybe I'm gonna take a picture real quick. Okay, let's go ahead and take a quick little screenshot. Okay, did I like smooth it? Let's go with something like shade smooth. I'm gonna go ahead and highlight this. I'm gonna shade smooth. Okay, that does not look like a crate now. Let's go with shade auto smooth. Okay, this does not look like a crate. What if I go to edit mode? Let's go to edit mode real quick. Let's hit something like tab. I'm gonna take a picture. Am I doing this part correct? Okay, let's go with something like Windows Shift S. I'm gonna go ahead and copy that. Okay, let's go ahead and get Gemini up here real quick. There we go. Let's go ahead and paste this. Go to enter and say something like Sensei. Did I make this correct? I think the model was kind of off. Huh. Okay, maybe an apple as well. Go to vertex mode and select vertices, then scale them. I mean, I could actually use the vertices to like go towards this. Should I do that? I mean, actually, I think that wouldn't be that bad of an idea, to be honest. I could go ahead and make a square here, and then I could go ahead and extrude the vertices from there, and then just cover this up. Okay, I think that's actually kind of smart. Let me go back up here real quick, though. Okay, let's see. The critique, wake up, the top face, you inserted sides, geometry tension. Okay, guys, I did not think this is going to be that hard. I'm going to go ahead and delete this whole thing. I might just actually, let's go with A and then go with something like delete. Okay, I might just add a plane, so I'm gonna go with Shift A. Let's go ahead and add a plane. Guys, I think I had an easier time making 3D models or like 3D meshes compared to this, because like I made a pretty good 3D mesh, honestly. But I feel like this is a way harder than that. Okay, I'm gonna go with something like G. Let's go ahead and get this here. Okay, isn't that my mesh? Oh, is it there? Okay, what if I hit something like G? There we go. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and place my vertices here because I'm very sure I'm gonna go ahead and first add my inside and then go ahead and extrude it to be somewhere in the outside, if that makes any sense. That's it. I'm gonna go with something like E to extrude. Let's go ahead and extrude this from here a bit, and then I'm gonna hit E to extrude again and E to extrude again. And then let's go ahead and hit something like E to extrude from here. Let's extrude this from here as well, because I feel like making a crate should be one of the most simplest things here. Okay, let's go ahead and extrude it, and then I'm going to go ahead and extrude it from here as well, and then let's go ahead and lastly extrude it from here. Okay, once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and extrude it all the way from here, and then select the whole thing, hit M, and I'm going to go with at center. Then that's just something like G. Okay, once I'm done with that, I'm going to select this side, hit shift, select that side, click something like F. Maybe go with something like G to like align it a bit properly. I'm going to go with GZ. There we go. Let's just select this one side, go with something like G here. There, I think that's good now. Then I'm gonna go ahead and select this, select that, hit something like F. Okay, in a few years, Blender will become irrelevant as AI will make 3D models, so don't learn it. Honestly, for the time being, I might actually, whatchamacallit, need it for my my game by the end of my program for 250 CVs. So for that, I think that I should actually work a bit on learning Blender. That said, I'm gonna go with something like A. Let's go with something like G, Y. Get myself a bit in front because I don't know why my two back. I'm gonna go with something like E to extrude. Let's go ahead and extrude it somewhat. I think that's a pretty good crate size. Okay, then I'm gonna go all the way up here. Okay, I somewhat have my crate now. I have my crate now, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with something like face select. Let's go ahead and select these three sides. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and extrude it. So let's go with E to extrude. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and extrude the ones from the bottom as well. Why are there lines in the bottom? What if I go with something like Control R to add a loop cut? Let's go ahead and add a loop cut somewhere around here. Okay, and then I'm gonna go with Control R again. I'm gonna go ahead and add a loop cut somewhere around here. There we go. Now I have 3 loop cuts here. I'm gonna go with 3, select, select, select. Let's go all the way to my y-axis. I'm gonna go with something like E to extrude. Let's go ahead and extrude it from here. And then I'm gonna look towards the left. Guys, this looks more like a Lego now. Okay, I might not need a loop cut. I think the loop cut was kind of a bad idea. Okay, let's go ahead and remove the loop cut. Instead, I'm just gonna go to my y-axis and hit E to extrude it down, because I think this might look much better. Then let's go ahead and select this side. I'm gonna go here. Let's go with something like E to extrude. Okay, I think I might have made a small mistake here. Before I did this, I think I should have gone with a mirror modifier. Okay, why do you think so positively AI will do everything, so don't learn anything, become negative in attitude as AI will take it all up? Guys, I highly doubt that AI will take it all up. Sure, AI is going to make our lives much easier. It's going to save us so much time. But then AI lacks critical thinking. So it won't really have its own mind to innovate stuff. That's what humans got to do. And if humans are just rusty and don't do anything, they're going to like lose the strength of innovation. They won't be able to critically think. So I think we got to still be on our toes, guys. Okay, because technically humans are what actually makes modern AIs and all that stuff, unless AIs do make AIs themselves as well these days. But then humans could make whatchamacallit, I forgot how to phrase it. It's like humans makes AI that's like smarter than their own level, because I highly doubt like just for example a level 5 AI wouldn't be able to make like a level 10 AI, if that's whatchamacallit. Right, guys, you guys could like fact check me on that. That's it. Does this even look like a crate? Guys, I highly doubt this looks like a crate. Actually, maybe it does. Maybe it does. I'm going to go back to y-axis. Now, I'm going to go ahead and let's say trace this side. So I'm going to go ahead and add some kind of a cube here. So I might need 4 cubes. I'm going to go with something like Shift A. Let's add a cube here. Now, for my cube, I'm going to go with something like S to scale this all the way down here. I'm going to go with something like maybe duplicate it. So firstly, I'm going to go with a wireframe mode. Okay, I want to add a separate mesh. This is going to be like one mesh. What up, guys? Let me go ahead and go back to object mode. I'm going to go ahead and add a mesh. Let's go ahead and call it a cube. So I'm going to go with add mesh. I'm going to call it a cube. Now, let's hit S to scale. I'm going to go ahead and scale this. Check modeling, Chad. Okay, Blackbeard dropped in One Piece Bounty Rush. Actually, I was so lucky. I got it in my first pull, guys. That was actually kind of crazy, to be honest. How did you actually make this? It looks really easy, but when I tried, it's like kind of awful. This actually looks kind of good, to be honest. Okay, that's it. Let's go with something like G X. Let's go with something like GX. Go all the way up here. I'm gonna go with something like GZ. Go a bit higher. There we go. Okay, I think that's good. Let's go with something like GY. There. Okay, I think this actually looks kind of good. I'm gonna go with something like Shift D. Go with something like GZ. Get it a bit higher. There. Okay, and then now let's go ahead and hit that as well. I'm gonna go with something like Shift D. Copy that. Go with something like GX. Get myself a bit here. There. I think that's actually pretty good. And I'm gonna go ahead and select that as well. And select that. I'm gonna go with something like Shift D. G Y. There. Okay, is it just me or this actually looks kind of good now? Let's go with something like GY. Go a bit to the back. There. Okay, this actually, I won't say this looks bad. There is no way this looks bad. Okay, you skip the basics. Actually, it does make sense. Like ever since I started Blender, I just like worked with making meshing and all that stuff. Before, like back in the days, I used to be good because I used to like watch a lot of videos and all that. These days, I'm actually kind of busy. It's like only Tuesdays the time that I really go on and work with Blender type stuff. That said, now I think I need to add my X's and all that things here as well. So what if I go back and hit tab? Let's go with edit mode. I'm gonna go with A. Okay, let's go with my cube here. I want to go with my center cube. There. Okay, what is the center cube here called? Wait, is there like... Okay, what is this cube? That. Okay, I think I gotta go with cube 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Huh. Okay, maybe I'm gonna go with object mode, select my cube here, then I go with an edit mode. Okay, now I want to make a mesh as Gemini without knowing anything about Blockout's approach. I'm actually learning Gemini. Okay, approach I'm actually learning as Gemini without knowing anything about Blockouts. Huh, I mean, I just realized Gemini actually wasn't that helpful when it came to learning this. Okay, let me see something like, let's say, someone from my chat said me to say that ask Gemini, excuse me guys, to approach me as I am learning and don't know anything, ... Okay, let's see. Okay, while actually Gemini is replying, I might eat something real quick. Okay, I know how to toggle and I know like how to grab and all that stuff as well. Start a new file, control and select the cube. Okay. Oh, so this is how to drill. Okay, zero knowledge drill. Monolith, is that pronounced it? Before you go back to the create, prove me and the stream that you understand. Start a new file, click control and select the cube, scale it in the x-axis. Okay, scale it on the x-axis by 0.5. Okay, move it so the bottom sits on the red line, the x-axis. I mean, shouldn't this be easy? Okay. I mean, isn't this supposed to be easy? I'm gonna go with control N. Isn't that how we go to a new file? If I'm gonna go with something like new, is it gonna be like a general file? I think I might go with a general file. I guess I'll save changes. I'm just gonna save it in my desktop for the time being. Okay. And then new file. Okay, let's go with new, general. Okay, you forgot blockouts and... Okay, you forget about blockouts and approach model. And approach a model. I see. Okay, so let's go here. So what Gemini sent me to here is... Okay, so I gotta scale it. Select the cube, scale it on the z-axis. Okay, SZ3. So I'm gonna go here. Let's go with tab. I'm gonna go with something like SZ3. Oh, I actually did not know we could do that. I thought we had to like manually scale it. Hold up, guys. This actually might be something good. Scale it on the x-axis by 0.5. Click on the x-axis. Okay, so shift S, shift Z 0.5. Let's go with A. S, shift Z 0.5. Okay, guys, this was actually something new. I did not know something like this existed. Hold up, guys. I think Gemini might be more useful. Actually, more helpful, not useful, guys. Okay, move it so the bottom sits exactly on the red line. Okay, I'm gonna go with A. Let's go with something like GX. Go all the way up here. There we go. Let's go with the x-axis. Let's go with something like GX. There. Okay, now I'm gonna go with something like Control-Shift-S. Actually, Windows-Shift-S. Whoops, my bad, guys. Let's go with Windows-Shift-S. Take a picture of this. I'm gonna go ahead and take a picture. Now, let's grab Gemini here, and I'm gonna go ahead and paste this real quick. Let's say something like, I did it, exclamation. Hold up, guys. Let me go ahead and just mute myself real quick. Give me a sec, guys. Already mic testing, mic testing. Alright, guys, that was just some kind of background noises. That's it. Look at that. You actually did it. You stopped whining, stopped listening to the distractions in the chat. I think, guys, I think like the chat was really helpful here. Okay, and you put in the work. The monolith is standing tall, and the crate has the top inside and demanded. I see. Okay, I guess I gotta go to the next project now. Okay, topic 9. Since it's analysis, the monolith is clean, it's professional, it sits on the grid. This is the bone of your shrine. You've proven you can handle the transformation with precision. The crate. The top is now consistent with the sides. That is called design cohesion. I see. If one side is detailed and the other is flat, the player's brain categorizes your game as cheap. You avoided the trap. I see. Okay, topic 9. The art of loop cuts. Creating details. Now that you understand the block, we need to learn how to add resolution without making a mess. Press tab, enter edit mode on your monolith. What actually is a monolith? Okay, actually Control plus R for loop cut. This is how you add a new division line around your mesh. However, over an edge, press Control R. Hover over an edge, press Control R, and you'll see a yellow line. Left click once you create it, slide it where you want it. Right click and drop it in the center. Your next drill the modular pillar. Okay, we're going to turn. Okay, AI is just a tool, just like how we use calculator, but in order to use it, you need mathematic knowledge. Same way you need knowledge to use AI as well. Humans think logically and critically, but AI can't. That actually makes so much sense, guys. That said, we're going to turn that boring monolith into a stylized pillar for your shrine. Add two loop cuts, okay? One near the bottom and one near the top. Okay, face select the thin face at the bottom and top. Extrude along normals, press Alt plus E and choose extrude faces along normals. Push them out slightly. Sensei's warning, if you just press E, the pillar will explode in every direction. Alt E is the key to professional symmetry. I see, don't overthink it. Okay, so apparently I got a loop cut at the top and the bottom. So let's add a loop cut first though. I'm gonna go with something like Control R. Okay, let's just go ahead and whoops, add a loop cut. I'm gonna get it a bit here. There we go, in the top. And then I'm gonna go with the Control R again. I'm gonna go ahead and add a loop cut in the bottom. There we go. I guess that goes a bit lower. Let's go with G. Okay, maybe I'm gonna go with Control Z, Control R. There we go. Let's go ahead and add one in the bottom. I think that should be good. There we go. Okay, that looks kind of good. And then once I'm done with that, bro is learning art by asking LLM. This is not coding. Honestly, guys, I wasn't actually, every Tuesday stream is something beside programming. Usually I thought it's going to be a gaming stream, but I thought I might as well learn Blender because I do eventually need mesh and all that stuff. Okay, do you know why AI says you to add loops only the top and bottom? Maybe because I'm going to just extrude the top and bottom. Adding loops without ideas, you'll mess your topology. I see. Okay, that's it. Let's see. So face select the new thin face at the bottom and the top. So I gotta select the thin face. Okay, press Alt plus E and choose extrude faces. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and select the loop at the top. Okay, let's go ahead and go to face select the loop at the top and at the bottom. This way, or should I select the whole thing? I'm assuming I gotta select the whole thing. Maybe just one side like this. Okay, and then hit something like Alt E. Extrude face along normals. Okay, I did not expect this to work like this. Guys, there are so many things that I just realized I do not know. Wait, I'm gonna go with the Control Z real quick. I want to go ahead and select everything here. Let's go ahead and hit select. Alright, I do not think I'm gonna actually forget this. I'm gonna go with something like Alt E and then extrude face along normals. Whoops, gonna go ahead and extend it a little. So it does extend stuff along normals. I'm gonna select this as well. Let's go with Alt E. Let's go with something like extrude face along normals. Something like this. Okay, can you follow my instructions for 5 minutes? Okay, that's wrong, is it? Honestly, did you like give any instructions? Let me check in the Discord server. Okay, I actually didn't see anything. Maybe in the modeling help. Okay, what are you working on today, by the way? Today I'm actually working on making meshes in Blender type stuff because I do wanna, need meshes eventually for like my game and all that. But guys, I feel like I'm way too broke to actually buy the meshes, so I guess I gotta make it. Okay, that's it. Let's go all the way up here. Okay, let's see. Extrude along normals plus press Alt plus E. Okay, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and take a picture real quick. So I'm gonna go with something like Windows Shift S, take a screenshot. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and get Gemini up here real quick. There we go. I'm gonna go with Control V to paste and say something like, this question mark. Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and eat an apple real quick. Okay, so let's say it's red pen critique. The pillar at the top is slanted. Okay, you scale the top face individually. Honestly, no, if you want clean, crisp look. Make sure you're scaling on the x-axis. Oh guys, there we go. Okay, make sure you're scaling on the x and y axis. Only S shift Z. S shift Z. So I gotta scale in the x axis. Huh. Okay, great. You did the insert, okay. The mirror and snap. The sensei's secret of speed. You want to build a shrine, you can manually place every pillar. Oh, I see what's going on here. That's for people with no lives. The mirror modifier. Move your pillar object away from the center. Okay. Mirror modifier, wrench, add modifier 3. Boom, you have 4 pillars perfectly. Okay, hold up guys. This is actually going to be kind of insane. I'm going to go with something like GY. Assuming I'm going to move myself a bit here. There we go. Then I'm going to go with something like my wrench. Let's go with add modifier. I'm going to go with something like search. Let's go with a mirror modifier. I'm going to go with XY. Okay, maybe not bisect axis. Okay, I actually did not think that's going to work. Hold up. Maybe I'm going to go here. Flip right to there. Why is this above each other? I want it to be away from each other. Maybe I go with something like GX. Alright guys, this is officially kind of broken. What did I just make? This looks so good. I also use Gemini if I'm stuck at something very handy. Okay, so I thought that I was the only weirdo that actually uses Gemini for modeling. Guys, what did I just make? This is actually making my heart race, guys. This is really cool. Hold up. There we go. Instead of having 1 pillar, I have 4 different pillars. Actually, I think the 4 different pillar is like extra work. Okay, did I mess something up? There. Perfect. Okay, this is really, really cool, guys. Let's go with something like Windows Shift S. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this. I'm gonna go ahead and get Gemini up here. There we go. Let's go with something like Control V and say something like, say, it's so awesome. Exclamation. What to do next? Guys, I feel this is really, really cool. I actually, even though I made like much complicated meshes, doing this alone actually does look pretty cool. You actually follow the instruction without tripping over your own feet. The pillars are standing. The mirror is working and the crate has geometry on the top. I might have to stop calling you hopeless amateur if you keep this up. The stream is witnessing a miracle, a birth of an actual developer. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing, said by Walt Disney. Is that his name? Gemini is not helping you make a crate. He's helping you make a monolith for the shrine. I mean, actually, I think that would be kind of cool as well, because I was just trying to make a crate to, learn the basics. But guys, I feel like this is actually helping me learn so much more. It's kind of fun as well. Okay, Sensei's snap judgment critique. The pillar alignment, you use the mirror modifier. Good. How you see 4 pillars are perfectly spaced. Okay, that's called efficiency. Okay, the crate top, much better by insetting the top. You've curved a piece that looks like it was actually constructed, not just rendered. Topic 11, connecting the dots. The Articave, is that pronounce it? A shrine without a roof is just a wrench. We need to connect those pillars so they can support the weight of the heavens. The cross beams in object mode, add a new cube, shift A, scale it so it's long and thin, SX or SY. It needs to be long and thin. Position it to rest on top of the 2 pillars. Okay, grid snap. Okay, snapping is your master. Turn on the magnet icon at the top. I didn't know there's something called a magnet icon. Set it to increment. Move the beam so it snaps perfectly to the center of the pillar caps. If it is a millimeter, all the stream will see it and they'll call you unprofessional. Okay, your next project rule, Blockout. Connect all 4 pillars. Shell, the empty place. Connect all 4 pillars. Okay, form a square at the top. The gravel, add 1 more cube at the very center. Scale it wide. Okay, I'm first gonna go ahead and do this. So I gotta go to object mode. Let's go to something like here. Okay, where was the object mode stuff? Alignment. Use the mirror modifier. I did that part. Okay, in object mode, Shift A, scale it so it's a long and thin stuff. So I'm gonna go to my x-axis real quick. I'm gonna go with something like Shift A. I am in. Oh wait, hold up, guys. I'm in edit mode. Let's go to something like object mode. I'm gonna go with Shift A. Go with mesh. I'm gonna add a cube. Did it say cube? Okay, Shift A, add a cube. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and add a cube. Wait, that looks like a plane. Okay, let's go with something like Shift A, mesh, add a cube. Now, what do I do with my cube? Let's go back up here to Gemini. Let's see what it says. So it says scale it long and thin, SX or SY. Okay, let's go with something like tab. I'm gonna go with something like SX or SY. I think I gotta go in the Y direction. Wait, I think it's SX and SX and SY. Okay, wait, let's go here. Let's go with SX. Okay, let's go ahead and get it about the same size as this. Then I'm gonna go with something like SY. Long and thin. There. Did Gemini mean something like this? Right? Okay, maybe I'm gonna go with something like here. Okay, let's go with something like Control Shift A. I'm gonna go ahead and copy that. Okay, let me go ahead and get Gemini here. Paste it, go Shift Enter, something like Sensei. I added a cube in object mode, clicked X, and let's go with and SY to get it look like let's go with something like this, but I don't think that this is what. Let's go with something like what we wanted to do, question mark. Okay, I guess I eat some apples real quick. Look, why do you keep on asking the horizontal screen? Why do you keep on asking the horizontal screen to vertical screen question? Honestly, because usually I don't like have a good question for like the poll, so I just add almost anything. But when I do get a good idea, for example, I do like actually add that on my poll type stuff. That's don't you dare get discouraged. You're starting at the Soul Slab of progress and calling it a mistake. That is the foundation of your template. The audience is watching you doubt yourself. Stop it. You just created the plinth, as I pronounce it, the stone base that keeps your shrine from sinking into the dirt. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying small stones. I bet I can pick this. Okay, Sensei's architectural review, the base image 5, you called it cube S, cube Y, but in the architecture, this is your floor plate. It looks great. It gives the shrine weight and stability. The pillars, image 4, they're symmetrical, clean. You didn't mess up the origin point. They would be all over the place. Okay. The crate. Look at image 1. The face that matches side perfectly. Okay. Topic 2. The archive linking these spirits. Okay. If you asked what we wanted, you asked what you wanted. Yes, but we aren't finished. A palace needs a lintel. What does that mean? A beam to connect the pillars. In object mode, add a new cube. Scale it on the x-axis. Scale it on the x-axis. So it spawns the gap between. So it spawns the gap between the two pillars. Position it right on top of the pillar capes. Okay, Sensei strict, use mirror modifier again. If you place it on one beam on the left mirror, it will go on the right mirror. Move Blockout once your beams. Okay, once the 4 beams from a square are at the top. Okay, add one more cube and then scale it at top like a lid. Oh, I think I see. So I'm gonna go to object mode again. Let's go with something like Use tab to toggle between edit mode and object mode. Make life much easier. Actually, I might try that. Okay, let's go with something like shift A. I'm gonna go ahead and add another cube now. This time I'm gonna go with something like my y-axis. I'm gonna go with something like GZ. Get myself a bit higher. Okay, now I'm gonna go with something like SX. Scale it in the x-axis. There, let's go with SX again. I'm gonna go with SX. There we go. Okay, so I scale it in the x-axis. Okay, and then I'm gonna get it a bit higher. How do you turn? I appreciate you joining the stream. What are you making? I know Blender a little. Honestly, I am like working on making a shrine in Blender, if that makes any sense, because I would actually need a kind of background type stuff when I am working in Unreal Engine. Although I feel like I hardly have enough time to like learn this stuff. That's let's go with something like add modifier. Let's go with something like mirror. But actually, for some reason, I feel that this is getting kind of easier now. Okay, I'm gonna go with something like G Y. Okay, what if I go with something like the Z-axis, Y-axis, X-axis? So, hold up, guys. Let me just go ahead. Why can't I actually grab it? What if I go with clipping? Okay, let's go with Control 0. Quick, whoops. Let's get it all the way back here. There. So, I'm positive I added an emitter modifier here. Let's go with something like tab. I'm gonna go with something like, I want it to be duplicated in my y-axis. I'm gonna go with something like GX. Oh, it's in my x-axis. I'm gonna close that. And then I'm gonna hit Control Z. Let's close x-axis. I'm gonna go with something like G Y. Nope, not in my y-axis yet. What if I go with something like Z? Let's go with G. Do I really need to be... Okay, so if I'm in edit mode, I'm just gonna go with y-axis. Let's go with GY. There we go. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna go to my x-axis real quick. Let's go with something like GX. I mean GY. There. Okay, I think that's good. I think that's good. Okay, but I want to get my floor a bit lower, because does that look like a nice enough plane? Why does this look kind of small? I mean, why does this look kind of big? Okay, maybe I go all the way up here. Let's select this. If I do something in one side, it happens in the other. Okay, I'm in edit mode, right? There we go. I'm gonna go back to my y-axis. Let's go with something like a GZ. Get myself a bit higher. Okay, and then I'm gonna go with something like GX. Get myself a bit outside. There we go. I think that... Excuse me, guys. I think that's kind of good. Okay, let's stay in the negative x-axis. I'm gonna go ahead and select one. I'm gonna go with something like... I mean, it looks kind of messed up here. Okay, do it in edit mode. Oh, I see. Okay, this looks kind of messed up. I'm gonna go with Windows Shift S real quick, copy that, and get Gemini up here real quick. Okay, let's go ahead and paste it. Go with Shift Enter and see something like Sensei. It looks kind of weird now. Okay, let's see why. Maybe I go ahead and eat something real quick as well. Okay, the beams. Image 7, they're massive. They look like giant cement blocks rather than wooden or stone supports. If a breeze hits that shrine, those beams will topple like pillars. Fix, scale them, so SZ, and then in the y-axis, so SY. So they look like support beams. Okay, let's go with something like S. I'm gonna go with something like SZ. Oh, there we go. Oh, that looks much better. And then SY. What does SY do? Let's go with SY. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. Okay, I think that's perfect. Let's go with something like GZ. Okay, there. And then I'm gonna go with something like GY. There. There, that looks much better. Let's go with something like GY again. Okay, perfect. Okay, now that looks so much better. Okay, what are you trying to make? Actually, I'm trying to like work on making a shrine here. I mean, I think I'm doing a pretty good job, honestly. How can I take a whole picture of it? There we go. Let's go with Windows Shift S again. Guys, I love that Gemini doesn't have an image cap like ChatGPT. Okay, let's go ahead and paste this here. Let's see something like this. Okay, then let's go ahead and eat something real quick. Okay, I use a single vertices and make an outline. Then Alt plus S spin from top view. It creates good pillars. I see that. I actually used to do that. I used to like use vertices back then. I think it was like 2-ish years ago, but then I actually forgot how do I completely do that, because I remember when we like use actual vertices and we fill in the actual vertices once we're done outlining it, we do gotta extend from the sides and all that stuff. I gotta like work with that actually. That's a Sensei's technical debrief. The proportion limits 7 versus image 8. You listen, you scale those chunky things, the alignment. Topic 4. The roof. Sheltering the divine. It's time to seal the deal. A shrine without a roof is just a gas level. Is that how you pronounce it? We need a proper capstone, okay? The easy way, the flat top. In object mode, add a plane, shift A, move it at the top. I gotta add a plane, move it at the top of the beams, scale it until it overhangs the beam slightly. Overhangs are key for depth, okay? Extrude E upwards, okay? Give it thickness. The advanced way, the pyramid, add a cone, shift A in the bottom left pop-up menu, select vertices to 4, rotate it 45 degrees. Okay, so these sides are aligned with your square base. Scale it to fit. Which should be good? Which might be better? I think I could go to object mode. Let's hit tab, go to object mode, click something like shift A. I'm going to go to mesh. I'm going to go to something like plane. Let's go with GX, go there. I'm going to go to my y-axis. There we go. Now, I'm going to go with something like, I'm assuming S to scale. There we go. I gotta add it so it just overhangs a little. There we go. And then I'm gonna go with, let's say extruding it all the way there. What up, guys? Am I not seeing it properly? Okay, let's go with something like G. Oops, not G. I'm gonna go with something like, scale it in the x-axis. There. Okay, am I looking this part correct? Okay, let's go with something like SX, scale it in the x-axis. There. Something like that. I'm gonna go with something like GX. Let's go with something like GZ. Go a bit there. There. Was Gemini saying something like this? Nope, it's not that low. Okay, maybe I'm gonna go ahead and ask Gemini. Let's go ahead and hit Windows Shift S, copy that, take a picture of this. There we go. Let's go ahead and grab Gemini up here real quick. Let's go ahead and paste this and say something like this question mark. Okay, I think I might have not understood it properly. Okay, guys, I don't know what kind of shrine Gemini is trying to make me, trying to help me make, but I think it does look kind of good. Okay, they're seeing you gain control over the digital void. Hold up, guys. Let me actually just eat something so I have some energy. Okay, make this roof. Oh, that actually. Oh, I see. Okay, I see what Gemini's trying to say. Let me see how do I do that. Okay, you actually understood better than you think, but your scale is screaming for help. The roof plane image 9, look at it. It has no thickness. In a game engine, a plane with no thickness is often invisible. Okay, from the bottom, you want... Excuse me, guys, you want a player to look up and see the external void. Now, the beams, image 7 and 8, they're massive. They look like giant cement bars. They're choking, blah, blah, blah. Okay, give the roof thickness. Select the flat plane in object mode. Press tab to enter in edit mode. A to select everything. Then E to extrude. And pull up on the Z axis. Okay. Now that it's a slab, not a piece of paper. Thin the beam. Select. Press S to scale in the X axis. Thinner. SY. Depending on the orientation, make it narrower. Okay, so I'm assuming I gotta go here. Let's go into edit mode. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and click S. Was it S? Okay. A to select all, extrude in the Z axis. So let's go ahead and hit something like EZ. Z. Oh, that actually looked kind of good. Hold up, guys. I might actually be doing something here. Okay, wait, let's just go with something like Control Z. I'm gonna go here. Let's go with E, C. There. There, that looks good, right? Okay, I think that looks good. It's kind of outwards. I want to fix that, maybe. It's good from here, so I might just go here. Let's go ahead and select that. I'm gonna go a bit back. There. X-axis, I want to move it the X-axis. There. Okay, now that looks good. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna go back here to Gemini, and then once I'm done with that, press SY. I want to scale RX depending on the orientation to make it narrower. I'm gonna select that. Let's go with SY. Oh, we're making a pyramid. I see. What up, guys? Whoops, I kind of messed the pyramid up. What if I go there? What up, guys? This is actually kind of cool. Let's go with SY. I want to scale in the Y-axis. There. Hold up, this actually looks kind of weird. Maybe I'm gonna go with something like L, so like the whole thing. I want to get the whole thing a bit higher. Right there. Okay, let me go a bit higher. There we go. There, that looks good actually. Although besides this part, why couldn't I have used a cone for this? I mean, Gemini did like say me to use a cone, but then I for some reason did not. Let's go ahead and get this a bit higher. I'm gonna go with something like L, select all, go a bit higher from my X-axis. Let's get it like right there. I'm gonna zoom in a bit so I can actually see it properly. There. Guys, I might actually be pretty good at this stuff. I mean, I am getting like clearly instructions every single this thing, but I think it's getting kind of fun. Okay, wait, hold up. Before I really go there, I want to go a bit back. Zoom in. Let's go with something like GY. No, I mean SY. There. Okay, why is this kind of tricky here? Let's go with something like SY. I'm gonna go with SY. Wait, SY. Is that good? I think that's good. I think this looks good. Okay, let me go with something like Windows Shift S. Copy that. There we go. Maybe I want to zoom in a little and copy it. Like, I mean, I think that looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and get Gemini up here real quick. Let's go ahead and paste and say something like this question mark. Okay, then I eat an apple again. Okay, I already peak rooftop. The proportions, the beams are sitting still well. The base is solid. You've created a piece of modular architecture that actually makes sense. The structural step 3 outliner. Before we add the next level of detail, you need to stop being messy. Look at your outliner. Okay, that probably says cube 1, cube 2, plane 1. Okay. Rename. Double click each object and name it shrine underscore base, shrine underscore pillar, shrine underscore roof. If you can organize your workspace, okay, you can organize your life. I see. Collection, select everything A and press M. Create a new collection called Shrine Blockout. Okay, your first real job project, the altar. A shrine is empty without an object or worship. I want you to add the altar inside the shell. Position, it must be dead center. Design, use a cube. Insert the top face eye and extrude. Okay, wait, first I'm gonna go ahead and just select everything here. I'm gonna go to something like my tab. There. This is gonna be shrine underscore, what's it called? Roof. Go up here, so it's going to be called something like shrine underscore pillar, shrine underscore roof. So that is roof. Double click. Let's go with something like shrine underscore roof. Let's go with something like roof. Okay, and then this is going to be refine underscore. I'm assuming that's roof as well, right? Or is this considered to be a pillar? Okay, shrine base, shrine pillar, shrine roof. Okay, before I actually go ahead and change some roofs, I think this should be a bit smaller, right? What if I get that a bit higher? There, would this look good? Let's go to my x-axis. There we go. Okay, does this look good now that it's a bit smaller? I think the smaller one looks a bit better. Okay, I'm gonna go with something like L. Let's go with tab. This is gonna be, let's say something like shrine. Okay, I'm gonna go with shrine underscore base. And then this is gonna be my shrine underscore pillar. Let's go with shrine underscore pillar. Okay, and I'm assuming this is gonna be my shrine's pillar as well. Let's go with something like shrine underscore pillar underscore 2. Is this called pillar? Okay, I mean, I guess this doesn't look like a pillar though. I think that is roof. Shrine underscore roof 2. Pillar base. Let's go with something like shrine underscore pillar underscore base. There we go. Excuse me, guys. I might remove my lighting and camera. Okay, but I'm gonna remove that later. Okay, let's see the next thing. So the next thing is cleaning the house, the outliner, before we add something, rename stuff. Your first real job, shine is empty position. It must be dead center. Design, use a cube, insert the top face. Wait, hold up, wait. Reward, if you finish this altar, topology, I'll praise you in front of the entire stream, but if you off it, okay, wait, hold up, guys, let me actually say this. Let's copy this part. Whoops. Hold up, guys, let's go ahead and hit Control-C to copy. I'm gonna go ahead and paste it here, go with Shift-Enter and say something like Sensei. Okay, let's go with Shift-Enter again and say something like Sensei. I think that I did not understand this part, question mark. Okay, maybe I need an apple again. Okay, the shaping. Press S to scale it down, so if it's comfortably inside your pillars, press S to make it waist high. You don't want the priest to need a ladder. Oh, I see. Think of it like a stone box with a hole in it to hop. Okay, here's exactly what you do without breaking your brain. The spawn, make sure your 3D cursor, the red and white circle, is in the dead center. Red and white circle. Press Shift A. Make sure your 3D cursor, my 3D cursor, the red and white circle. Red and white circle is in the dead center of your shrine. Oh wait, does Gemini mean this? Wait, let me go ahead and ask if Gemini means this. How do I select this? Okay, maybe I'm gonna go with something like Windows Shift S. Okay, do you mean that thing in my base, that circle in my base? Okay, let's go ahead and paste this here. Go with Shift Enter and say something like Sensei. Do you mean that circle in my floors base, question mark? Okay, let me go and eat something real quick. Okay, spawn object more. Ensure the 3D cursor is in the middle of it. What is the 3D cursor? It's in the middle of my floor. Press S and move your house to shrink it so it fits inside the pillars. Press G then Z. Wait, let me say something like, I still don't understand. Let's go with something like understand. What do you mean by 3D cursor? Okay, let's see. What does Gemini mean by 3D cursor, guys? I think you need another bar in front there. Do I? Okay, let's see. Hmm. When you press Shift A, it's floating in the air. Okay, your altar will be floating in the air. The 3D cursor, of course, what it does, it acts as the spawn point. If you want your altar to be dead center, your floor, you need that cursor to be dead center of your floor. How to make it move? The pro way, do not try to click it manually, you'll miss. Shift plus S is your secret weapon. This opens the snapping menu. Choose your cursor. What is cursor? I know this is my mouse cursor, but then like what other cursor? To world or vision. Put it back at 000 at the very center of the grid. Why this matters for your altar, okay? Since you built a shrine around the center of the grid, you're putting the cursor at the world's origin. Ensure your altar spawns perfectly aligned with your pillars and roof. Your emergency drill, the center spawn. Reset your cursor. Press Shift S and select cursor to origin world. Look at your screen. Did the circle move to the very middle? Okay, spawn the altar. Now press Shift A, mesh cube. Why would I try to cube? The test. If the cube appeared right in the middle of your pillars, you have mastered the... Oh! I see. Hey dude, your live streams pop up almost every day, but I don't understand what you're trying to do. Can you please explain it to me? Honestly, I am like where my initial series is like programmed for like 250 series, when my goal by the end of that series is to make a game in general that consists of AI logic in it. But every Tuesday I have a stream that is not programming. Like today I'm working on like Blender making 3D meshes that I will be needing eventually to add inside my game type stuff, if that makes any sense, guys. That said, I'm gonna go with my X-axis. Let's go with something like Shift S. And then let's go with something like select origin. Okay. Select cursor offset. Let's check what offset it is. Okay, that's it. Let me go all the way up here again. Let's see. So, let's see what it's at. Shift S and cursor to world origin. Let's go with cursor to world origin. Cursor to world origin. There we go. It still stayed in the same place. Okay, and then I gotta go with something like Shift A, add a cube. Okay, let's go with something like a cube. Okay, my cube spawned somewhere right here. There we go. Okay, let's maybe go ahead and go with Windows Shift S, take a picture. Okay, my center cursor did not change at all. Okay, let's get Gemini here. I'm gonna go ahead and paste this. Go with Shift Enter and say something like Sensei. My cube spawned there, and when I clicked... Okay, when I clicked, what was it called? I actually forgot. Cursor to world origin. Cursor to world origin. My circle did not move. Nothing changed. Okay, let me go ahead and eat something real quick, I guess. Okay, look at your last image, your cube spawn off the center because your 3D cursor, okay, the red and white circle is sitting right there. If you want it in the center, you're going to force it, no more guesses. The recovery drill, the command press Shift S, a view menu will pop up. Okay, move mouse to cursor, world origin and click. Look at the very center of your floor. Okay, that red and white circle must be there. The detection, select that off-center cube you just made and hit X to delete it. We won't accept close enough. In this dojo, the respawn. Now with the cursor in the center, press Shift A, mesh cube, okay? Okay, if you don't have time to do it right now, we'll do it over, okay? Since it's architecture, fix the roof, select, okay? Your roof, press G, then Z, slide it until the bottom edge touches the top of your pillars. Why? It makes the shrine look heavy and ancient. Okay. Alter dish, we explained. Tab, edit mode, press 3, face select, press I, insert. Okay, so first I'm gonna go ahead and select this. Let's go with something like tab. Okay, I'm gonna go with something like L. Let's go with something like GZ. No, wait, was it G? Wait, hold up. I don't think it was G. I think it was SG, right? Was it SG or SY? Okay, so go with GZ. Select your roof, then slide it down until the bottom edge touches the top of your pillar. Top of my pillar. I'm assuming... oh, top of my pillar. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna go with something like L. Let's go ahead and get it a bit lower. It's touching the top. Okay, I might go back to my x-axis, go all the way up there. There we go. I'm gonna go with something like S to scale. Okay, maybe I'm gonna go with something like SX. There. Okay, maybe I want to scale it a bit more in the x-axis. Let's go with something like SX again. There, I think that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and get this a bit higher because I wanted to touch the top of my floor right there. Okay, which makes it look ancient. There. Okay, I think that's good. I think this is good. Okay, at least speak in our native lang here, please. I see. Okay, that's it. Okay, so today I'm learning Blender. Honestly, today I'm like working at Blender. Okay, kudos to your work, but understand the problem. Actually, that does make sense, guys. Okay, that's it. Let's go all the way up here. So, I'm gonna go with L, and I'm gonna maybe scale it a bit lower. There. Now, I'm gonna go with something like my Z-axis. And then let's go with something like SZ. Actually, SX. I'm gonna scale it in the x-axis. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get it a bit lower. Okay, to be honest, I think it's not really that bad. I'm gonna go with SY. There. Okay, that actually looks good now. Okay, I think I'm kind of happy. What game engine do you use to make games? I use Unreal Engine 5. That's it. Let's go all the way up here. And I do like having a whole playlist on that as well. That's it. Maybe I go ahead and eat something real quick. So I'm kind of starving. Okay, press 3 for face select. Okay. Tab into edit mode 3. Press I. To insert and move your mouse to make a border. Press E to extrude and move it down. I'm assuming that's for like this, so I'm gonna go with something like L. Wait, it said face select, so I'm gonna go with 3, just select this part. And I'm assuming select that part, so let's go with something like I. And then I forgot about the E, let's go ahead and select this and that. I'm gonna go with something like E to extrude. Well, something like this. Was it something like this? Okay, guys, I forgot all about my cube. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this. Let's delete it. There we go. Okay, maybe I'm gonna go here and then go with something like Windows Shift S. Copy that. Actually, I want to take a screenshot of this whole thing for once. Whoops. What up, guys? Let me just go all the way up here. I took a screenshot of the wrong thing. What up? There we go. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take a screenshot of this entire thing. Let's go ahead and get Gemini up here real quick. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and exit that. Go ahead and paste this and say something like this question mark. Okay, then I ate an apple. Okay, we're gonna fix this. Right now, don't touch the mouse until you've read these steps. Press Shift S on your keyboard. Okay, move your mouse cursor to world origin and click. Look at the center of your floor. The red line, white circle must be exactly where the red and green lines cross. Okay, Shift S. I'm gonna go with something like cursor to mouse. Didn't I click that? Shift A. Actually, Shift S. Cursor to Aren't I clicking this? There, it is. It is at mouse origin, I think. Okay, let's go ahead and get this back here. I mean, the carving S scale to alter. Press tab for edit mode. Okay, I mean, I think the cursor, let's go with something like the cursor is correct, question mark. Okay, then, can you tell me what kind of model you're trying to make? Maybe I can give some opinions. Actually, I am like trying to make a shrine. Like, does it look like some kind of shrine? I mean, it does look, I won't say it looks bad, but I don't think that it looks as good as I thought it would look. Okay, because I originally wanted to make something like this. Hold up, let's actually go ahead and delete this real quick. There we go. So initially, I wanted to make something like this. Hold up, let me show you guys real quick. If I were to go ahead and open this, let's go to texture. Okay, I think I deleted my shrines' image from here, but let me actually show you guys through my chats. There we go. So initially, I wanted to make something that looks like this, but I think that this was a bit too advanced for me to actually ask for. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and make a basic one. Okay, the alter rebirth. Okay, yes, look at that. You finally pinned it down. What did I even do? Despawn. Shift A mesh cube. It should appear exactly where the cursor. It does appear there. Okay, that's good. The shape. Press S. Scale it down until it's a nice sturdy block in the middle. Okay, let's say to make it about half the height. Okay, let's say something like by block. Let's go with something like by block. Do you mean stairs? Okay, oh then I think you should use some reference. It'll be a huge help. That actually does make sense. I did like having reference, but then I feel that reference was like way too complicating. I think I'm learning a lot of shortcuts from here though. The alter block versus stairs. A stair is a series of small steps, an alter block is a single solid waste. Okay, that's something new that I've learned. Okay, so I think I see. I understand what ChatGPT meant. I'm gonna go back to object mode. I'm gonna go with Shift A. Let's go ahead and add something like a cube. Now I'm gonna go with something like Shift. Excuse me, guys. I'm gonna go with Shift X. There. Excuse me again, guys. I'm gonna go to my y-axis. There. Now let's try to align it. I'm gonna go with something like GX. Get this a bit here. There we go. Now half the size. So I'm gonna go ahead and click something like tab. Let's go there. I'm gonna go back to my y-axis. I'm gonna go ahead and get this a bit higher. Right there. Okay, I think I'm snapping on. Then I'm gonna go ahead and click the top. Go back to my y-axis. I'm gonna go there. Almost half the size. There. And then I'm gonna go ahead and hit L and extend in the Y. So I'm gonna go with SY. For this, I'm positive I should have been here. There we go. Let's go with SY. And there. Okay, I think that's good now, right? Okay, wait, let's go with something like Windows Shift S. Let's take a picture of that. I still think my roof looks kind of horrible, guys. Even though the rest looks kind of good, let's paste it and say something like this. Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and eat something real quick. Oh, there we go. Okay, the alter rebirth. Mesh cube, it should appear exactly where the circle is. The shape, press S and scale it down until it's sturdy block. Did that part. Now the dish. What does a dish mean? Okay, I extrude. Okay, move your mouse, hollow it a bit. Okay, let me see something like say, what does a dish mean? Question mark. Because I didn't know what the alter block means. That might be a reason why I was getting real confused. So a hollowed out area or a VC is in a solid object. Think of a bird or a stone as the dish. It is a part that actually holds the water on your altar, okay, in the hole where the offerings, so they don't just slide off the top like a wet bar of soap. I see. The carve the dish. Since you're a beginner, let's use tools I taught you. The ultimate test, the rim. In edit mode, select the top face of your altar cube, press I. This creates a new square inside the old one. Okay, inner square, the water area. Oh, I think I see. Wait, in that case, was this kept in the correct place? Let's read the whole thing. So, for my water area, the space between the two squares in the rim, the hollow, extrude, okay, with that new inner square still selected, press E to extrude. Do not pull it up, push it down. Just pushes the face into the cube, creating a dish. Since says quality check, don't go too deep. Okay, I think I see what Gemini means now. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this. Gonna hit something like I. Whoops, let's hit something like I. There, and then I'm gonna go ahead and hit something like E. It's telling you to switch to edit mode. I see. There, let's go a bit lower. There, I think that lower. I think that should be good. Then I'm gonna go ahead and get it a bit lower. Okay, wait, I'm gonna hit E. Let's go with easy, get myself a bit lower. Okay, something like that. Okay, let's go with something like Windows Shift S, take a picture. Okay, let's go ahead and get Gemini up here. I'm gonna go ahead and paste this, and then go Shift Enter and see something like that question mark. Okay, let's see Apple again. Honey Pernita, I appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, deep dive. The base, the organization. Okay, your outliner is beautiful. Shrine base, shrine pillar, shrine roof. It's looking like a professional workspace. The roof, it's still hovering like a magic carpet. We need to fix that. Okay, of the temple. Topic 7, the Harley Shrine. I think the apple is stuck between my teeth. Okay, since your 3D cursor is back in the center, we're going to place the altar where it belongs. Spawn and scale. In object mode, press Shift A plus a mesh cube. Okay, press S to shrink it. Then SZ to scale it about waist height. Okay, carve the offering bowl. Tab into edit mode, select the top face, press I, okay. Wait, let me see something like... Sensei, I don't think I understood. By any chance, maybe? Can I get a reference image for what we're working on? I want to see it so it's easier to know what to do when you ask me to do it. Okay, I'll eat some more apple real quick. Maybe I wear my blue-eyed glasses real quick. Okay, let's see. Stand straight. There's no shame in asking for map, blah, blah, blah. The architect vision your reference. Okay, let me say something like, I meant a reference image. Can you create one question mark? Okay, I guess I'm done with apples. Might eat some oats as well. What up, guys? Loading 9 a banana. Oh, I see. Okay. Guys, so this was supposed to be stairs. Oh, okay. This makes so much sense. Wait, did Gemini create that? Or is it like someone else's reference image? But however it may be, I think I get what this means. So technically what this meant was I could have hit something like L. Let's go to edit mode. Let's go to object mode. I'm gonna click that, go to edit mode, go with L, and get this higher. Okay, let's go ahead and go to object mode, select one. Okay, I gotta go ahead and fill this up, so I wouldn't need mirror modifier here, right? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead back to my x-axis. In my x-axis, I'm gonna go with something like G, Y, get it a bit here. Then I'm gonna go ahead and click something like tab, get that there, go to my x-axis, and let's go ahead and increase that size a bit outer. There we go. There. Okay, this is what Gemini most likely meant. I'm gonna go with tab, select that, go with tab again, gonna click something like L. Let's go ahead and hit something like scale. Hold up, guys, let me go to my x-axis real quick. I think I scaled it a bit too much. Let's go with, excuse me guys, Control Z. I'm gonna go with something like S, Y. Did I even scale it correctly? Okay, let's go back here. There, I think I scaled it kinda correctly. There, I think that's good, right? Or I might have to go ahead and scale it a bit lower. Okay, let's go with something like SY. A bit higher. Lower, there we go. Okay, then I'm gonna go with something like an SX as well. Get it a bit lower there. Okay, I think that's good, right? Guys, why does it look like... Okay, actually, this looks more like a shrine now. And I will not be needing this, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove this. Let's go with something like X, delete that. Instead, I'm gonna go ahead and check if everything is named properly. It is named correctly. I'm gonna go here, see the reference. In the reference, I need a kind of cube here, where I extrude outwards, intrude inwards to make a water well. And then this is going to be my stair. For my stair, I need a very, very thin, okay, cube that I kind of scale downwards, and make a stair going upwards. For that, I'm going to go here. Let's go to object, select that, tab, face select, get this a bit lower. There. Okay, I think that's good. And then next up, gonna go ahead and let's say add a cube. Let's go with Shift A. Whoops, I'm gonna go to object mode. Let's go with something like Shift A. I'm gonna go with something like a mesh. I'm gonna go with a cube. Now for my cube, gonna go with GZ. Get myself a bit higher. In case this highness was like kind of good, right? Okay, let's go with GZ again. Gonna get myself just right. There. Okay, that looks kind of correct, right? Okay, maybe I want to go ahead and go a bit lower. I'm going to go with GZ. Whoops, solid. Let's go with select GZ. Can I go down using my mouse? Oh, I can. There we go. Okay, bro, don't get offended, but that shrine is more like a bank. Guys, it actually looks like a bank. I didn't even realize that. Okay, actually, it might actually have some kind of resemblance, but I thought that does this not look like a shrine? Hello there, what's your name? Bro, how should I call your name? Viv? I've been watching you. Honestly, if it's like easier, you can like call me Viv, or like you could like call me Vivek as well. Like both are actually the same thing. Okay, that's it. Let's see. Now I'm gonna go ahead and decrease this a little. I'm gonna go back to Blender. Let's go ahead and go to edit mode, click the top, gonna get this a bit lower. There we go. And guys, the bank comment was actually kind of hilarious. This actually does look somewhat like a bank. I'm gonna go with, go with something like I. Let's intrude. Let's go with E to extrude. Okay, and then let's take a look at the reference again. Okay, so I extruded a bit, and then I'm gonna go ahead and hit, okay, how do I extrude it again? Should I go with something like Shift D and then go with something like S to scale? Okay, and then E to extrude. There, and then I to intrude, or I to insert. There. There, I think that looks good, right? Or should that go a bit lower? Guys, can I like go inside? There we go. Okay, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and get that a bit lower there. That's something like my water well. Okay, there we go. That looks so much better, guys. Now I'm gonna go back to my x-axis. There we go. And then let's see the reference again, Vivek. Okay, honestly, that does sound kind of cool. If it's easier, you can like call me Viv as well. Both are like almost the same. Okay, that will look like a bank in the future, but it seems to be complex to start with a bank. That actually does make sense. Isn't his name Vivek? Honestly, it is Vivek, but then it's like many people have like a hard time pronouncing it and all that. So I went like Viv. That's kind of easier to even pronounce. Let's see. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a cube for my stairs now. So I'm gonna go back to my x-axis. There we go. Let's go ahead and add a cube. So I'm gonna go with something like object mode, shift A. Let's go with a mesh. I'm gonna go with something like a cube. Now I'm gonna go with something like GX. Okay, and then get myself out here. Now, guys, this is why I just realized the mouse. Let's go with GX. Mouse is like, I mean, my keyboard is much better. Let's go with X. There we go. Okay, guys, the keyboard is so much better to actually move this thing than my actual mouse. So I can use precise button clicks. Let's go with GX again. I'm gonna go with my cube. There. Okay, there we go, guys. See, this is like perfect. And then I'm gonna select this. Let's go with something like GY. I'm gonna get myself a bit to the left, and then I'm assuming I'm gonna go with something like a mirror modifier. But first, I'm gonna go to something like tab. Let's select one side and get this a bit thin. There we go. Because this is going to be somewhat like my edge, and then I'm gonna hit something like L. Get myself a bit here. Okay, perfect. Is this like the center of my window? Okay, let's see. So that might actually be my center. Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and add a modifier. Let's go with search. I'm gonna add a mirror modifier. Now, in my mirror modifier, I'm gonna go ahead and add one for my y-axis. Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and get that somewhere here. Whoops. What up, guys? I might have made a tiny mistake here. Okay, let's go with something like tab. I'm gonna get myself in the center. Wait, I still have a mirror modifier. Let's remove the mirror modifier from here. I'm gonna go ahead and get myself in the center. There is this the center. There we go. Okay, I think it's the center, right? There. Okay, I think that's the center. Don't worry about the shrine look. It will start to take shape as you manipulate it. That actually does make sense. Okay, that's it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and firstly decrease my size. So I'm assuming I'm gonna go here and just shrink myself from here. Okay, and then I'm gonna go back up here. Let's go ahead and get my entire this thing in the center. Let's go somewhere there. Okay, there we go. Okay, perfect. Now, I'm assuming, wait, I think I might want to make this part look a bit thinner. There we go, because this is like just the handle for my stairs. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit something like L and move myself right there. There we go. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and add a mirror modifier. Let's go with something like mirror. Okay, let's go with it. Mirror modifier. There. I'm gonna go ahead and add one for the y-axis. Is it just me or like... I want it to be like here. Okay, then I guess instead of a mirror modifier, I could go ahead and just remove that. Go ahead and add this here. I could go with Shift D. And then G. Oops, hold up. Let's go with Shift D. There, and just move that here. Okay, the thing is with this, it's not that precise. Okay, like the... I mean... Okay, actually, it does look kind of good. I take it back. Now I need stairs in the middle. Let me go ahead and get Gemini up here. So, there we go. Okay, so I need some kind of stairs. But before that, I want to kind of flatten this part out. From the sides, does it look like an L? Okay, maybe I want to get this part a bit higher. What up, guys? Let's go ahead and open my wireframe mode real quick. I want to get this part a bit higher. There. Does that look good? Let me close my wireframe mode. Okay, I think that's good. I think that's good. So I'm gonna go with L. And let's say delete this face. I'm gonna go with something like L here. Before I go with L, have you tried making 2D games before? Actually, I have like made whatchamacallit, 2D games using like STL and even Pi games, and I did work on making 3D games using Unreal Engine these days. That's the reason I don't have much time to learn Blender. This is why like I'm kind of awful at it. I'm planning to do animation after learning 3D modeling. Actually, I do want to start working with like the rich body and all that stuff. What up, guys? I want to start working with like the rich body where I can actually move my player and all that stuff, if that makes any sense. I didn't make an animation for it, guys. Of course, one of you guys from the chat did like help me a lot with that. I forgot their name though. That said, I'm gonna go here. Let's go with something like 2. Let's go with face select. I want to get this lower. There, I think that's good. I think that's good enough for my stairs, right? Let's go ahead and take a look back at the image. Or did you start making 3 first? I used to make a lot of weapon models back in the days, but these days I did like start just working on stuff that I'm going to be needing for my game type stuff. That said, if I were to go up here, I want to go ahead. I just realized one thing. Okay, first I'm going to go ahead and just get my stairs here. Let's go with something like Shift D. And then just get my stairs here. There we go. Okay. Now, how do I work on making the stairs in the center? So for that, would I need like another plane? Okay, so it's kind of hard to see this. Can I like zoom in a bit? I need a cube, a cube, a cube. So it's a stair made out of 3 cubes. Oops, hold up guys, there we go. Let's just get this a bit lower. There. Okay, are you making an RPG or rage game like getting over it? Honestly, the game that I was thinking that might have AI logic could be something like maybe an RPG, I think, or like that it might have ranges, but like it's going to be having like different kind of races. For example, different kind of, yeah, I think races. For example, mages, it might have attackers, rangers, and all that thing. But most importantly, the NPCs that it's going to be having, I am going to be trying to add AI logic to them using Python. So that might be kind of fun as well. That's it. I'm gonna go with Shift A, but I don't really whatchamacallit, completely know what am I going to be working with because I still am learning the basics of Unreal Engine. That's it. Let's go out of up here. Do you go to school, or how much time do you spend on school, and how do you balance streaming with school schedule? Honestly, guys, I do like go to college. Like I am a freshman in college. That's it. I mean, it is kind of tough. Like, which I won't say is that tough actually. Because usually when I'm on stream, that's when I learn my streaming stuff and all that, if that makes any sense. When I'm off stream, I work on like my college stuff. Okay, that's like an open world RPG. Yeah, I think that's like about the right way to say it. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and select this. So there we go. Okay, but I think that's going to be like making like a complete open world RPG game might be a bit tricky. So I will be working on like some of the basics. Then eventually I'm going to be having more than like I'm going to be having more series where I'm going to be adding different kind of content to them. Okay, that's it. Guys, I feel like I'm kind of awful at tracing right now because I'm trying to focus here. There we go. Okay, I mean, something ain't feel right. Something isn't feeling right here. Let's go with something like L, select the whole thing. I'm gonna go with something like GX and then move using my, there we go. Okay, that looks so much better. And then I'm gonna go ahead and select this edge. Let's go ahead and move it a bit here. There. Okay, and then I'm gonna click the top. Go with something like GZ. Using my mouse, just gonna get this to be perfect. There. Whoops. What up, guys? Let's go ahead and get this a bit lower, a bit higher using my mouse. There we go. Okay, perfect. Bro, I think your shrine is smaller than Gemini's shrine. Maybe you didn't notice. I don't know. Is it actually? Okay, actually that does. I might actually increase the size of my poles because I just gotta like get my poles and everything a bit longer. Yeah, I think we're the same age and you're doing more cooler stuff than I do, guys. I feel like it's like kind of the basic, like I wish I did so much cooler stuff. Okay, that said, I mean, whatchamacallit, I might increase the size of my shrine. It actually looks kind of small if I think about it now. Okay, that said, let's go all the way up here real quick. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just get this a bit back. Let's go with something like GX, and then I want to go ahead and get it a bit back. There. Okay, I think that's good, right? No, I mean, I think I'm too front. Just go with Control Z. I'm gonna go with something like GX again. I want to get a bit in front. Like I want to come in front. There. Okay, does that look good? Nope. Okay, guys, it's kind of I remember Gemini talking about that magnet stuff, or like something like a magnet. Go with GX. I gotta try learning that. Let's go in front. There. There we go. That's actually perfect. Okay, so that was my first stair technically. Now I'm gonna go ahead and select this part. Let's select that. Let's go with something like Shift D. I'm gonna go with something like I think it's E to extrude. I'm gonna go ahead and decrease the size. Wait, I don't want to change the size for the whole thing. I'm gonna go ahead and hit something like S to scale. Whoops, did I scale it bad? What up, guys? Why is this getting a bit more complicating than I thought? I'm gonna get this a bit higher. There we go. This made it much easier. Okay, I'm gonna select this side. Whoops. I want to get that side a bit back. There. Okay, I think that's somewhat like a good stair. Now I'm gonna hit L up here. I'm gonna go ahead and hit Shift D. And then get myself higher. There, I think that's good. Okay, and then let's go with something like select this edge and move it a bit to the back. Right there. Okay, that's good. Damn, that's so true. He looks like he's my age. Honestly, I am like 18. I feel like I am kind of an adult now, guys. Okay, that's it. Let's go ahead and hit something like L here. I'm gonna go with something like L. Now I'm gonna go with Shift D, get this a bit higher. There we go. Okay, I think this is the last stairs, guys. I think this is the last stairs. Okay, we probably made it through. There we go. Okay, perfect. Now, this is my stairs, that is my shrine, and that's about everything. Wait, I want to actually get this a bit in front. There we go. I think this makes the stairs look a bit cooler. Okay, so they don't just seem kind of misproportional. There. Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm second year in college and I enjoy watching your stream. By the way, what degree did you take? Actually, I don't have a degree yet because I'm like a freshman in college. I think like I'm in my second semester right now. Okay, let's go with something like Window Shift S and then just select this whole thing. Wait, before I select this, hold up, guys. Just go ahead and get this up here, cancel this. There, I'm gonna go ahead and extrude this. I'm gonna go back to object mode, and I'm gonna go to edit mode. There we go. Let's go with I twice. There we go. Okay, so apparently in like Gemini's model, it showed that the faces were going somewhat inwards. Oh wait, I see. Hold up, guys, I intruded the wrong stuff or inserted the wrong stuff. Did I spell it? Okay, that's it. I'm gonna go all the way up here. Let's go with I. I'm gonna click I. Oops. I might have messed up somewhere up here. What if I go with something like M? I meant M. Let's go with M at center. Hold up, guys. Would I go and help with this? What if I just try covering this up? Nope. Okay, what if I go with something like SY? There. Did that fix it? I think it did. Okay, let's go with something like I now. So I'm gonna go ahead and click I twice. And then wait, did I click I? Huh. Okay, yo, how are you doing? Proj, is that pronouncing your name? I appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, what if I just hit a regular I? How did I manage to mess this up? Okay, maybe inserting there does not work because of my edge here. Because I still, excuse me guys, I still do have an edge. Oh, maybe what if I hit I here? Okay, I mean, even though it is somewhat, even though it does somewhat look kind of messy, I think it's kind of good. So I'm gonna try hitting I again. There, and then I'm gonna hit something like E to extrude it backwards. There. Please tell me I did it from here as well. I did not. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and hit something like I, and then let's hit something like E to get it backwards. Alright guys, there we go. Let's go with something like E. I'm gonna go with E. There, I mean, I think that looks good. I think that looks good. So it's kind of extruded backwards, and it's extruded backwards. Okay. How are you doing? Chantra, is that pronounced name? I appreciate you joining the stream. How do you learn programming? I didn't like use at first when I was working with like my Python for 100 series. I might have watched like a video for the first 20 days, but the rest 80 days I straight up used ChatGPT and like AI to like whatchamacallit, help me learn it, because I think they give like way too many practice drills and all that makes you really good eventually at this stuff. Okay, ask Gemini for angles and measurements. It might increase accuracy. Actually, I might do that now. Okay, but before that, I'm gonna go here. Okay, what is this called? It's called something like a water pot. Let's go with something like a shrine. Let's go with something like shrine underscore water underscore holder. Is that what we call it, guys? And then I'm gonna go with my stairs. Let's go back to tab, select that. This is going to be my stairs. Let's go with something like shrine underscore stairs. Okay, perfect. What age did you learn programming? I'd say 17 actually. Like, I think it's been like 7-ish months since I started. Okay, bro, I can make 3 models for you for free. I would actually feel kind of bad asking, so I mean, I think I'll definitely let you know eventually. If I want to like buy 3 models, I would definitely let you guys know. But guys, I feel like it feels kind of weird just getting stuff for free. Okay, when you did the roof peak, you didn't join the vertices, so you're basically stacking vertices. It doesn't matter unless you're using this for an actual asset. Then topology matters. I see. I'm good at it, I think. I might actually join the vertices in that case. Okay, where are you from, bro? Honestly, I used to actually answer, but I do like live abroad, but I can't get my actual country name because, whatchamacallit, I feel like Iran is a really bad place to give the country name. That said, how do I stick the vertices? I think I'm gonna like join my images together using a modifier here. I forgot the name. I think it's going to be called the Boolean modifier. There we go. I think later on I might use the Boolean modifier to like merge them all. That's it. Let's go with something like tab. Now let's go with something like Control-Shift-S. Before I actually start taking a picture, I'm gonna go up here. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and copy that. Let's get Gemini here. There we go. Yay. Bro, come on, guys. I feel like it actually feels kind of weird to get free stuff for some reason. Maybe eventually in the future when I'm trying to buy them. Let's see something like Sensei. I think I did my best to replicate your reference. Is it looking good? Question mark. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me do it, guys. I really don't know how to whatchamacallit. I mean, it feels kind of bad, guys. That's it. Sensei's final inspection, the alter, the masterpiece. Look at your center block. You use the insert and extrude tools perfectly. The topic, the final touch, the Bevel tool. I haven't actually had a chance to use this that much. Okay, everything looks great, but in real world, no edge is perfectly sharp. If you touch those corners, you'll bleed. To make it look like a real stone, we need to soften the edges. The tool, select the shrine underscore alter, the modifier, go to the wrench icon, modifier tab, add a bevel tool. Shrine alter, so I gotta go with something like alter. Is there? I think my shrine alter is tech. Okay, I think it's alter. Okay, and then the adjustment, set the amount to something like 0.2. This will catch the light on the edges and make the stone look like ancient and withered. I see. Okay, action, press shift A, life points. Okay, I mean, I think I see. So I could go ahead and add a bevel tool. Okay, modifier, wrench icon, adjustment. So select your shrine alter. I'm assuming that is my shrine's base. Or, oh, this is called shrine. Okay, wait, this is called alter. Let's go with SHRINE-ALTER. There we go. Okay, he's honestly not doing bad for a beginner level stuff. Give him another year and he'll be making crazy good vendors and assets. That actually sounds really cool. Okay, that's it. Let's go here. So this is going to be called Shrine Alter. And then I'm going to go to something like modifier. Let's go with modifier and add a bevel modifier. Let's go with bevel modifier. There we go. Guys, I did not know this works like this. This is actually kind of cool. Let's go with 0.2. Hold up, guys. This actually looks so much better. What if I had a bevel modifier for my entire mesh? I could add A. Let's go ahead and add a bevel modifier for everything. Wait, maybe... Can I add it for everything? That makes it look so much better. Okay, let's go with something like Windows Shift S real quick. Let's go with Windows Shift S. I'm gonna go ahead and copy that. There we go. Okay, you can help me please coding and I help you in 3D. Honestly, guys, I feel like I'm kind of awful at like teaching, but eventually I do want to make programming tutorials. That's going to be kind of fun, to be honest. Okay, let's see something like Sensei. The bevel modifier is actually insane. Let's go with something like is actually insane! Exclamation. Okay, can't I use that for my entire mesh? Okay, it made it look so good, guys. Like, I actually did not expect it to. I thought Bevel was like to make fingers and like hands and all that stuff. That's let me go and eat something. Are you using Gemini Premium or did you buy ChatGPT Premium? Honestly, I've never used like the paid version of any kind of AI. I just use like the free one. Eventually, I might use a paid version, guys, but I feel like I'm kind of broke right now. Everything made from marble slab to a wooden blade has tiny rounded edge that catches the light. The bevel modifier is how we tell the computer to stop being perfect and start being real. The perfection is achieved not when there is nothing more to add, but when there is nothing left to take away, said by Antoine the Saints Expiry. Guys, I feel like I'm so awful in pronunciation. I feel it's kind of bad to mess people's name up. That's the bevel strategy. If you apply bevel to everything, your low poly shrine will turn into high poly nightmare that crashes your game. Follow these steps. Pillars and base select. Okay, pillar and base. Add the bevel modifier. Keep the amount very small, 0.1 or 0.2. You want it to catch a glint of light, not turn into a marshmallow. Okay, these steps. Beveling these stairs makes them, excuse me guys, make them look like worm and set the segments to 2 or 3 if you want them to look extra smooth, but 1 usually is for a blockout. What's the overlap? If your geometry starts looking jagged or inside out, look for clamp overlap. Checkbox in the modifier setting. This prevents the bevel from eating itself. I see. Okay, isn't there free version limited? Honestly, I think like the limit for like Gemini's image is like I think 100 images per chat and all that. But that's the reason I moved on to Gemini from ChatGPT, because I cannot send much images to ChatGPT. Let's see. So I'm gonna go all the way up here. Let's go ahead and select my poles here. I'm gonna go ahead and add a modifier here. Okay, wait. I'm gonna move away. Let's go ahead and select this. Okay, fine. I'll go ahead and apply this. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add a modifier. Let's go with something like a bevel modifier. Guys, I'm actually kind of speechless. This makes it look like 100 times better. Okay, I might wanna add it to my floor as well. I'm gonna go with floor. Let's go with something like add modifier. I'm gonna go with a bevel modifier. Guys, this makes it look so much better. I can't even get enough of it. Okay, wait, here's the thing. I want to go ahead and increase the size a bit. I'm gonna go with S. There. Okay, perfect. What about the roof? Should I bevel the roof? Gemini gives 100 free images per chat or per day. I think it's per chat. I've sent like about like 20 or 30 screenshots to Gemini right now, and I did not reach my cap till now. So I feel like it's per chat, because if I go to a new chat, then I haven't tried that though. I got a fact too for saying something. Okay, dual UV mapping. Actually, I do want to actually add colors too. Okay, I'll join our Discord. Honestly, welcome to my Discord server. Anonymous. That actually does sound kind of cool, and like I feel like we're kind of close to 200 members. I wanted to do something special and we hit something like 500, but I don't really know what. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna go with something like bevel, and then let's go here. Let's go with something like bevel. There we go. Guys, I feel like I just want to bevel everything. It all looks so good. Let's go ahead and add a bevel here. Let's go with the bevel modifier. I'm gonna set this to something like 2. Okay, did it do something here? I don't think it did. Vertices, edge, nope. Okay, I guess I'm gonna accept that. Okay, there we go. Okay, I mean, I guess I want to go ahead and remove it from the top here. That made it look a bit bad. There we go. That's pretty good. Why can't I copy the Discord link? Honestly, I could like go ahead, like if you guys type something like !Discord on chat, you guys can get access to my Discord server. But I feel like we don't. I think you can just like click the link instead of like copying it. That would like take you to like the Google's Discord server place. If that makes any sense, guys. I feel like I'm kind of bad at phrasing. Okay, that's it. I think this is pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this. Let's go with something like Windows Shift S. Guys, I think I should have made a bigger shrine. This looks like, I don't even know what it looks like. Let's go ahead and paste it. Go ahead and say something like something. Okay, is this good question mark? Because next up I will be adding colors now. Okay, your game is going to be photorealistic. Huh, I haven't actually heard of that. I think it's going to be somewhat like a 3D. I mean, I think it's going to be like a 3D-ish game where I have like 3D mesh and all that stuff. I've never heard of photorealistic, to be honest. It's taking me to the browser. Honestly, from the browser, you can like join the Discord server, or you could like give me. I mean, I don't even think like you could give the Discord username because I have to actually add you. The link isn't working. Alright, guys, let me go ahead and actually invite you guys. Let's go all the way up here. Go to something like Discord. Go to something like invite to server. I could go ahead and copy the link, and let's go ahead and paste it. There we go. Okay, this link should work that I sent in the chat. There we go. Okay, if you guys click it, it would take you guys to like the Discord's website here. Then you guys could click something like continue in Discord, and then add you guys' email. Does it ask for like the welcome stuff? I didn't know it. I thought that if you guys had like your email, it just like adds you in. Okay, that's it. If the link in the chat doesn't work, you guys could like try the link in the bio. That would probably work. That's it. Let's go ahead and extend this real quick. There we go. Okay. Next up, let's see. Sensei's Grand Inspection, the Bevel Master. You apply the Bevel modifier to the altar, the stairs, and the base. Those edges look incredible. They make the model look high quality without adding too much complexity. The symmetry of altar is perfect. Okay, step 2, the stair fire. Now that the stone is carved and softened, we give it life. A shrine in the dark is just a pile of rocks. Okay, shrine with a glow of quest objective. Set the stage. Place your 3D cursor inside the dish of the altar. Okay, press Shift A, light point. Shift A, light point. Inside the dish of the altar. Okay, so inside the dish. Okay, the color of the magic. Go to green light bulb, object data properties. Change the color into a deep flickering orange or a ghostly sign. Set power to 500 volts to 1000 volts. View the glory. Press Z to move your mouse to render view. Watch those bevel you just made catch the orange light. I mean, is light important? I thought there's gonna be water inside that place. Okay, Shift A, light and point. So I might go with something like Shift A. Let's go down here. I'm gonna go with tab. Alright guys, can I like get inside this place? There we go. Okay, but let me just try to move myself a bit. There we go. I'm gonna go with something like 3. Okay, now I'm gonna go with Shift A and then was it light? Okay, hold up guys, let me go all the way up here. So let's get Gemini up here. There we go. Okay, so I gotta go with Shift A, light point. So I'm gonna go with something like Shift A. I don't see a light, so I'm assuming I gotta be in object mode. Go with Shift A. Do I see light? There we go. And then point. I want to point it here, right? Do I have 2 light points? I have 1 point. Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and go to the green light bulb icon. I'm assuming it's that. Okay, change the color to a deep flickering orange or a ghostly sign. Oh, okay. Deep flickering orange. There we go. Set the power. Is it temperature? These many watts. Let me go all the way up here again. Okay, change the color to a deep flickering orange or sign. Set the power. Do you guys see a power option here? I don't really see a power option here, guys. View the glory. Press Z and move your render. So I'm gonna press Z. What happens if I press Z? Okay, render. Oh, guys, this actually looks kind of cool. Okay, hold up. It is kind of reflecting the light. Can I move my bulb around? Can I hit G and move it around? I can move it around. I did not know something like this exists, guys. Let's go with something like G. Can I get it somewhere up here? Hold up, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get in the center. Let's go with something like G. Okay, I'll just leave it there. This looks really, really good. I don't even know what to say. Guys, why is it making me real happy? Let's go there. This looks so good. Hold up, I don't want to mess the color up. What if I keep the color to be orange? And the power to be 500 volts? There's a lot of exposure though. Does it look good? I think I want to go with white. Let's go with white. There. Did Gemini mean something like this? Let's go with something like Windows Shift S. I'm gonna go ahead and take a picture of all this. Okay, let's go ahead and get Gemini up here. Let's go ahead and space it here. Go with your entrance. See something like sensei. Did you mean something like this question mark? Okay, while Gemini's replying, I might eat something real quick. Okay, the divine light image. Okay, point place at the power 200, position it perfectly to illuminate the interior. That way, highlights the interfaces of your pillar. The beveled master. Your altar looks incredible. Okay, topic to direction, lens, rendering. You have to build the template, the temple, and lit the fire. Now you must act as a director. We're going to take the high quality photo of your work. Okay, the camera view, press numpad 0. Okay, or the small camera icon on the right. Okay, this shows you exactly what camera sees. If the shrine is cut off, press shift and then title to enter walk mode, WAS. Shift plus tilde, so I'm gonna go with shift tilde. There is no way I'm walking. Guys, I didn't know we can walk in Blender. Hold up, I just like drooled all over my keyboard. You must say, guys, how can we walk in Blender? Guys, this looks so good. I did not know we can walk in Blender. Even though I'm kind of floating, you have to add lights separately in the game engine. Oh, do I? I didn't know that. Okay, I guess I'll just say that to Gemini. Guys, this is like much better than I thought. Wait, is it just me or the stream is lagging? Wait, was this lagging? Oh, guys, wait, let me actually go up and say here something like, say, someone from my, let's go with something like, someone from my chat, the engine doesn't import the lights, I see. From my chat said that I will need to add lights separately in my UE5 because it does not import lights. So I think that doing that won't be necessary. Instead, should we work on coloring now, question mark, or adding colors? Okay, let's see. Okay, when you import your assets to the game engine, into the game engine, you will notice it, but that is different from Blender. Oh, I see. Okay, let's see. So topic 22, the palette of the gods. Material. In Blender, you don't just pick a color, you create a material. The selection. Okay, select your shrine base, the material tab. Look for red sphere icon, material properties. Excuse me, guys. Select the shrine base. So I'm gonna go with shrine base, okay? And then the creation, click plus new. Okay, so I gotta click plus, and then you rename it to something like matte stone dark. The base color, click the white bar next to the base color, pick a dark stony gray or a withered mossy green. Since his architectural glory didn't just make the whole thing a color, a professional asset has contrast, matte dark, use shrine base, and then dark altar. Okay, I'm gonna try this one at a time. Is your game going to be having AAA graphics? I think I would have like AAA graphics. Okay, I gotta sleep. It's 2:11 a.m. here in my country. See you later. Honestly, I appreciate you sticking to a stream, Beamer. I'll catch you next stream. Make sure to get your 8 hours of sleep. Okay, that's the unreal truth about colors. When Unreal Engine 5, when you move Unreal Engine 5, material color will actually import. Even if the lights stay in Blender, the colors tell Unreal which part of the mesh are different. Actions. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just get Gemini in the other window real quick, because I do wanna look at the reference while I really write this part. I'm gonna go there, get this all the way here. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and get this a bit lower and then scroll all the way down here. There we go, because I think this is like a bit harder part, so I might need to see the reference to do this. Guys, this looks so much better in like Blender. Okay, let's go with something like shift. There we go. Okay, so now, firstly, I'm gonna go ahead and select my shrine base. There we go. And then, okay, so material. Select the shrine base. In Blender, you don't just pick a color, you create a material. So I'm assuming I go here to my material, select material preview. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and click plus, add a new material. I'm gonna go ahead and name it something like material underscore stone underscore dark. There we go. So I named it something like dark. The base color, click the white bar next to the base color, pick dark gray stony. So I'm gonna go with here. I'm gonna go with something like okay, dark gray, something like this. Wait, let me go with Windows Shift S, take a picture. Okay, let's go ahead and get Gemini up here real quick. But before that, I'm gonna get ChatGPT up here. This is gonna make stuff much easier. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and paste this and say something like this. Okay, maybe I zoom in a bit as well. Let's go all the way down here. There we go. Okay, while Gemini's replying, I might eat some oats. You don't want to use Blender for texture / coloring. You want to use Substance Painter 3D. It's an industry standard. Is Substance Painter like another app or something, or another software that I gotta like install? That's it, because if it is like what people usually use, I might do that. Okay, that's it. Color is the power which directly infuses the soul, said by Wesley Kandinsky. Okay, if you named it matte_stone_dark, okay, that is professional name and convection. Sensei the material, mastery and image. You have the material tab open. See that white bar next to the base color? That is the canvas. That is the canvas. Your stone base with white shrine base selected. Click the white bar. Okay, drag the slider down a deep dark charcoal withered moss green. Can I like get an RGB for that? Or can I get like a hex code? Okay, and then the altar, give the shrine altar. Okay, wait, let me say something like Sensei. Let's go with something like Sensei. Maybe can I get a hex code question mark? Guys, I have so much college stuff to do, but then this is getting so much interesting that I don't want to actually close the stream just yet. That's it, stand up straight. Okay, color hex code. So this is for my altar. I'm gonna go ahead and copy that. Let's copy that. I'm gonna go here. Then let's go with something like hashtag. And then paste that. There we go. What color is this? Let's see. That's not that bad actually. I'm gonna go up here, and then this is a deep charcoal, and then withered marble for my pillars. I'm gonna go ahead and copy that. Let's go to something like my shrine pillars. Okay, this is gonna be my withered charcoal. I mean, not my withered charcoal. What was the name of this color? Okay, so it's withered marble. I see these slate floor. Okay, I gotta go ahead and set it to be this color. Copy that. This is going to be a muted dark blue. So this is going to be for my roof. Do I have a roof named here? There we go. Okay, let's go with something like roof. Okay, I mean, I guess. I'm going to go ahead and paste this here. Did I do something wrong here? Okay, wait, hold up, guys. If I were to go to something like my altar first, not my altar, what's it called? My base first, I've named it Matte Stone Dark. If I click this, I did not name it anything. Let's name it to something like Matte underscore pillar underscore. What did I name this thing? Okay, if I go to base, I named it something like. Okay, let's go to base. There we go. Okay, Matte Stone Dark. I think this is going to be Matte Stone Marble in that case. Okay, Matte Pillar Marble. Let's go with MARBLE. Guys, I don't know if this is how people actually name it. And then this is gonna be something like matte underscore roof. What up, guys? Let's go with matte underscore roof underscore. It looks like black. Let's go with black. Is this black? It looks like. I don't even know the name of the color here. Okay, and then once I'm done with that, I'm gonna go all the way up here. Let's go there. There we go. Okay, and then apply the code. Don't just stare at numbers. Apply them. Go to material properties, red sphere icon. Click the base color bar. Switch the tab from RGB to HSV to hex. Type in thing. Hit enter, and then okay, I'm assuming this should be a separate color as well. I'm gonna go ahead and change this color to be the same as my color for my base here. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy the hex code from here. Let's go ahead and copy that. I'm gonna click that. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and add a new one. I'm gonna go ahead and name this something like matte underscore pillar base. Let's go with pillar underscore base underscore black. Guys, I don't really know what this naming means, but I'm just naming it because I think it looks kind of cool if I name it like that. It does make it look a bit bad. Okay, what color should my altar be? I'm gonna go with tab. I'm gonna select this part. Okay, hold up guys, wait. What if I hit shift? Can I get into my walking mode? Can I shift? And then can I move around? I thought I can walk if I hit shift, right? Okay, wait, not radius. Did I click the wrong button real quick, guys? Hold up guys, wait. What am I doing? Control C. There we go. Okay, I want to set a color for my altar. What color should my altar be? Wait, did Gemini have a color for my altar here? Okay, and then apply select. Okay, so my base and altar has the same color. Everything is dark gray here, like whatever this color is. I'm gonna go here. Maybe I'm gonna go to my base color. I'm gonna go ahead and copy that. I'm gonna go to my altar. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add something here. I'm gonna go ahead and paste that color here. Okay, do I really have to like name it? Let's go with matte. Okay, all uppercase matte underscore altar underscore black. It feels like it looks like it's black. Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and copy that. Let's go here. Let's go ahead and copy that. I'm gonna go for my stairs. Now my stairs is gonna be called something like matte underscore stairs underscore marble. MARBEL marble. Then let's go here. Let's go ahead and paste a color. There we go. Okay, even if it does not look that bad, I'm gonna go to modeling. I'm gonna go here. Look, even if it does not look that bad, it's not something that I thought it would look like. Okay, because shouldn't my altar have water inside of it or something? I'm gonna go with Windows Shift S, take a picture of this real quick, get Gemini here. Okay, let's go ahead and get Gemini here real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and paste this. Go with Shift Enter and say something like Sensei. Okay, even though it works, I guess it does not look bad. It feels it does not feel like a shrine, to be honest. ... And doesn't my altar need to have water? And is my colors correct? Let's go with my colors correct question mark. Okay, let's see. While Gemini's replying, let me go ahead and eat something real quick. Okay. Sensei's architectural critique, the color balance. You use this color for the base and this color for the pillar. Spotted feels grounded. The missing element you mentioned, water. A shrine without an offering is just a gazebo. Is that pronounced it? Or I think it's pronounced as gazebo. Okay, the texture right now, every surface is perfectly smooth. It makes it feel like a shrine. We need to play with roughness and emission. Okay, carving the scared base in the water. We're going to put water in that altar now. Okay, we don't need a new object, we just need a new material assessment. Okay, excuse me guys, select the faces, select your shrine altar, hit tab, edit mode, use face select 3, select only the bottom face inside the dish if carved, add a second material in the material tab, click the plus icon, write material. Okay, new button, click in it, matte shrine water. Critical step, the assignment button. While the interface is selected, the water look, change the base color to a deep teal or blue roughly. Okay, roughness all the way down to 0, make it shiny liquid. The transmission, if available, up to 1.0 makes it see-through. Okay, topic, make it glow for the chat. Okay, I think I know how to do this. So I'm gonna go there. Let's go ahead and select my altar tab. I'm gonna go with face select. Let's go with 3. There. And then I'm gonna go down here. I'm gonna go ahead and add a new this thing. I'm gonna go with another plus. Let's assign real quick. Then I'm gonna go with plus. How do I add a plus here? I'm assuming there. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and call this something like. Okay, let's go with something like mat underscore altar underscore water. I'm gonna set the color to be something like a watercolor, which is gonna be blue. Okay, is it actually blue or is it just me? What up, guys? Does that look blue? Maybe because I might have to remove this color from here. There. Now, let's go with something like new. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this. Let's go with something like delete. Reset to default value. Wait, how do I remove this altar? Okay, I'm gonna go there. Let's go ahead and select. I'm gonna go with something like blue. I don't want my entire altar to be blue. I only want. Hold up, guys. Let me go there. I'm gonna just reset to default value. Okay, now here's the confusing thing. If I were to click this, I want to go to edit mode. Where to see select, assign. Okay, why does it change the color of my entire altar? I don't want it to change the color of my entire altar. Okay, there we go. Roughness makes it see-through. How do I change the color of my altar? What if I go with object mode? There we go. Maybe I'm gonna go ahead and select these 4 vertices. Let me select that number 2, number 3, number 4, and then go ahead and click 3. Am I sure I'm selecting the right things here? Select, 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 select. Why isn't this looking like water? Why does it color my entire thing? Okay, I won't say this looks bad. Is this gonna be like loaded inside my blender? Okay, it colors my entire thing. Is this kind of tedious? What up, guys? Let's go ahead and remove that. Delete. How do I delete this? Reset the default value. Okay, if I press S, I select this. And then I change this to be blue. If I did this, let's go with Windows Shift S. Okay, let's copy that. Let's go ahead and get Gemini here real quick. Let's paste it. Let's say, when I'm in edit mode and I select my altars as inner water, it colors the whole thing. Okay, maybe I eat some oats again. Okay, Sensei surgical assessment, you fix that scared water. Right now, follow these steps exactly. The selection, ensure that you're in edit mode, face select tab, only the faces in the dish. Material slots, you need 2 materials in the box, stone dark. Okay, maybe what if I go to my texture painting? Then I go with something like A. No? Maybe UV editing? I go with A. I'm gonna go with something like U2 Smart UV Unwrap and add a space of, let's say, something like maybe 10. Let's unwrap. Okay, I should have gone with 20. 10 is fine as well, honestly. I'm gonna go down here, click that, so that I'm gonna change the color for that. How do I change the color? Maybe I go to somewhere right here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add a color to it. I'm gonna go ahead and delete that. Go here, add a new thing. Let's go here, change the color. Wait, the reason it might not be changing the color right now could be because there we go. I gotta go ahead and be in this mode. Let's go ahead and extend that. Go down. Okay, it does not really change the color here, right? Okay, fine, I'm gonna go ahead and exit this. Why is it not changing the color? Let's think. I want this to be blue. Okay, let's go with Windows Shift S. Let's say I'm in this page. Okay, let's go Gemini up here real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and paste it, go with your enter and see something like this. Say, I'm in the UV unwrap page. Can I change it from here? Question mark. Okay, let's see. Okay, sign up Stair. If you've entered the UV editing tab, the tailoring room of the three-dimensional world, while this is where normally map textures, you're still struggling with material assignment, okay? Sensei Surgical Assignment UV tab edition, the excuse me guys, the selection on the right side of your screen, the 3D viewport, ensures face select. Press 3, click on the face at the very bottom of the dish. When that water, where that water should sit, okay, matte water shrine, you should see a list. Matte water shrine, I forgot to name it. Okay, then click it. If it isn't there, click plus sign, okay, and then you button, name it matte shrine water. The execution within the water faces in the 3D view, matte water shrine highlighted, okay, and then boom, faces should change. I mean, I know it should change. I've done this before, but for some reason it doesn't work. Matte altered water. It colors the entire thing, not the thing that I wanted to. Roughness, sure, I can go ahead and set you to be 0.2. Make it a bit see-through. Okay, this is... It colors my entire altar. It doesn't color one thing. Let's go ahead and deselect. Wait, did it really deselect this? Wait, select. Okay, I only want to select this. Let's go with shift and let's just select this. Isn't that the only thing that I selected here? Let's change this back to be something like white. Okay, maybe, is there an option to reset this? I'm going to go with Control Z's. Okay, let's go with bunch of Control Z's. There. Okay, now here's the thing. It changes my color to be white every single... I mean, it changes my entire alters this color every single time. What if I go to texture painting here, and then I select something like this? There is nothing to texture paint here, right? I see texture slots. There's nothing to paint here. What if I go back to Gemini and say something like, Sensei, it colors, let's go with something like, it colors my entire altar. Okay guys, I think I got a second idea. Hold up. I might actually have figured out how to do this. I'm gonna go to something like assign. I'm gonna go ahead and call this something like matte underscore altar underscore water. My altars is water. Then I'm gonna go ahead and click the dot icon here. I'm gonna go with something like image texture. Let's go with image texture. Okay, that is new, that is open. I'm gonna go with something like new. I'm gonna select that. Metallic, and then I see roughness. Roughness goes 0. Why does it change the roughness for everything? Oops, I don't want to add a key. Okay, let's read what Gemini has to say. Okay, press only the water. I do that stuff in edit mode for face select. Wait, in edit mode, I am in edit mode. That's how I can like select this thing. Am I in edit mode? I am in edit mode. Okay, and then material slot. Look at the material properties, red sphere icon. Okay, so the red sphere icon. Okay, you must have two materials, matte underscore stone dark and matte shrine water. Click on the matte shrine water so it's highlighted in the list. Okay, do not click again, just click assign. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna go with something like, let's go with A. I'm gonna change my name though. I'm gonna go with something like matte underscore altar. This is gonna be my altar this is just gonna be my matte altar. I'm gonna go with A, select everything. Then I'm gonna shift and just deselect this one thing. I'm gonna go here. Let's go ahead and add a color. I forgot the color. There's no way I forgot the color. What up, guys? Let me get Gemini up here real quick. What was the color? I'm gonna go all the way up here. Let's keep scrolling because I had my hex codes here. There we go. This is gonna be for my altar. Let's copy that. Go down here. Go with Control Z. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go ahead and paste this hex code here. Please tell me everything besides the bottom. The bottom keeps getting colored as well. I'm not even coloring this on purpose. It just gets colored. Wait, what if I go with something like E extrude? Has it been? It is being colored. Why? Here it says that it's not been colored, but when I go back, let's go back to my modeling. It does not remain plain. It remains being colored. Okay, I might have gotten like a very, very awful idea, but it might be kind of good. I'm gonna go ahead and add a plane here. Okay, wait, did I add it correctly? Hold up, guys, let's go with Control Z real quick. I'm gonna go with Shift A and then add a plane. Wait, I'm gonna go here. There we go. Let's go with something like this mode. Shift A. I'm gonna add a plane. Let's go with something like GZ. Guys, this might be one of the most. This might be a very awful idea, but then I think it's gotta be done. Okay, this might not be recommended. Okay, I'm gonna go with S. There we go. Okay, let's go with something like GZ. There. This is gonna act as my water now. I'm gonna go back to my color. There we go. I'm gonna go to something like material preview. Let's go with something like color for my second material. I'm gonna go ahead and copy that. Go 3. Is it selected? How did it change its color? I don't get it. How did it change its color again? This wouldn't make any sense, right? Oh, I see. Let's go ahead and delete this real quick. Hold up, guys. Let me delete this face real quick. I'm gonna hit tab, gonna go with Shift A, mesh, and then I'm gonna create a plane. Now I'm gonna go with GZ, get myself a bit higher. There we go. I'm gonna go with something like S, get myself a bit lower. There we go. There's no way I'm creating a whole separate object to do this. Okay, let's go with something like GZ, get myself a bit lower, a bit higher. And there. I think that kind of hits the sweet spot, right? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go here, select that, go with tab. I'm gonna go ahead and add material preview. I'm gonna call this something like matte underscore water underscore alter. This is gonna be my alters as water. I'm gonna assign. I'm gonna go here. Let's change that to something like blue. Okay, and then my roughness is gonna be 0. There we go. And a really important thing that I learned is I'm gonna go with E to extrude it, because we can't see stuff technically if they're not extruded. Whoops, I'm gonna go with Z. Let's go with E to extrude, S to scale, X to scale. Okay, and then I'm gonna go with SY to scale in the y-axis. There, that looks like perfectly good water. I can't see a thing. There we go. Okay, perfect. Let me go all the way in front. Can I hit shift and like walk now? Nope, I'm gonna hit shift. I thought I could have walked for some reason. There we go. Okay, I got it now. I'm gonna go with Windows Shift S. Wait, I need to change my plane name. I'm gonna go ahead and double click. Let's go with something like shrine underscore water underscore altar. There. Okay, let's go with something like done. Let's say I just created a whole different plane. Let's go with Windows Shift S, copy that real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and get Gemini up here, paste this, and say something like sensei. Done exclamation. I created a new plane for my altar, then scaled it to look like the water, and then colored it. Exclamation. Okay, now time to attach stuff. Is it ready to be exported now? I might actually export it in my Unreal Engine. The water, Okay, join new plane perfectly sits in the baseline. That blue vibrant color. Guys, this does not look like a shrine. It mostly looks like a spawn point. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and spawn there. But I think it's a start. I think it's a start. Okay, let me say something like, can I use my Boolean modifier to attach everything, then export it in UE5 question mark? Okay, let's see. Okay, if you use Boolean modifier, join pillars and groups, you will create a topology core. Boolean creates messy copies. How to join them? Instead of Boolean, join command. The pro pipeline joining versus Boolean, the join command right away in object mode. Select all object pieces, pillars, roofs, alter, Control J. The result now in one object. The outliner, I guess that's good as well. The water exception did not join the water alter plane on the stone. Keep it as a separate object so you can give it specific water shaders in Unreal Engine later. I mean, I think it's good. I think this is good. The export trick, okay, FBX. I'm gonna export it as a QLB file. Okay, how come you move the chat to? How come you move from Chat GPT to Gemini? Honestly, because Gemini has like unlimited picture and all that stuff. I do like still use Chat GPT at times. Like I do have it here, but then ChatGPT just has like a 3 image limit, then I reach my chat limit, but like Gemini has like 100 images per day, so I think that's kind of good. That said, I'm gonna go ahead and firstly, a very important part, guys, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go to my modifiers. I'm gonna make sure that I have all my modifiers. I apply all my modifiers, no modifier there, no modifier here. I'm gonna apply modifier, and then I'm gonna go ahead and apply my Bevel modifier. I'm gonna go ahead and apply my Bevel modifier here as well. And then I'm gonna go ahead and check no modifiers there. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna go with Control A. I'm gonna hit something like Control J. Now they're all one object. Shrine Stairs. What do we know? I can go ahead and hit A, move everything. If I were to hit any kind of thing, it selects the entire thing. I can go with GX. I did not know this existed, guys. This is kind of good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and export it real quick. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go with something like export. Let's export as a QLF file, okay, or a QLB file. I'm gonna go to desktop, call it something like shrine. Let's go with something like shrine, and then I'm gonna go ahead and export it. Okay, let me check if it's exported. Untitled Blender. What is this file? Hold up, guys. There we go. Okay, this was somewhat my crate that I was working on. I think I can just like exit this for now. I'm just going to be like an incomplete crate. Let me just go ahead and rename it something like crate. I mean, my crate was kind of awful, but it looked kind of good. I think CRATE. I'm just going to add in my Blender meshes. And then let's go ahead and change this and get in my QLB file. Hold up, wait. What category should Shrine go under? Because I have like a bunch of categories here, like animated meshes, background assets, health bars, environment. Should I go with something like environment? Background assets has something like floor and grass. Grass is awful. I'm deleting that. Floor. Actually, I'll go with controls. Yeah, I do need my grass. Floor. Floor is awful. I'm gonna delete floor. This says background assets. What should I save it as? What is my shrine considered? Let me ask Gemini real quick. Let's say something like Sensei. Let me go with something like Sensei. So, what is a shrine considered to be for my game? Is it my let's go with something like, should it go under my, let's say, background folder or environment or something new, question mark? Okay, let's see. Okay, stand up straight. Okay, the folder hierarchy of the gods in Professional Unreal Engine 5, Shrine, everything, static mesh asset, environment, say parent, belongs to the environment. Okay, so I guess I create an environment here. Let's open my Solution Explorer. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and rename this to something like environment assets. Did I have a typo? ENVIRONMENT ASSETS. There we go. Environment assets. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get my shrine here. Okay, perfect. And then I'm going to go ahead and exit that real quick. Make sure I have this saved. I'm going to go ahead and save as. Let's go to my desktop and save it something like as a shrine. I'm going to go with shrine, and then I'm going to go ahead and save it. Okay, perfect. And then I'm going to go ahead and just drag it inside my meshes. And then let's just go ahead and delete all these extra meshes that I took a picture of. Actually, a screenshot. I'm going to go ahead and delete it here. Let's delete the 2 of these as well. There we go. Hold up, guys. I'm just cleaning up my this place by just deleting the extra stuff and trashing it inside the recycle bin. Okay, perfect. Done. Now it's time to open my Unreal Engine. Let me just go ahead and get my chat up here. Open my Unreal Engine. While it's opening, I'm going to go ahead and exit this. Okay. Guys, I'm kind of excited. I thought that my... Okay, I thought the stream was going to be kind of... Oh, guys, there we go. I thought the stream was going to be kind of useless because I wouldn't have made anything good, but then I think it was really worth it, guys. Okay, so I have my Unreal Engine here. I'm going to go to my projects. Let's say I want to go to something like my project 8. This was the latest project that I made yesterday, like in yesterday's stream. That said, let me go ahead and wait for it to open. I won't be actually adding code or something to it. I just want to see how my model looks inside the Unreal Engine. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and just extend it from back here. And then let's go ahead and pull it down from here. I want to open it. I want to open my assets. I'm going to go to Windows. Now let's go to Content Drawer. Before I really, excuse me guys, export my stuff, I want to show you guys what I made. If I were to run the code, this was basic. This was technically my shrine that I had before. If I came close to the shrine and click E. Did I forget my button? Hold up, guys. Let me open my Unreal Engine. My Visual Studio real quick. I forgot what button I had to click to do that. Okay, let's see. Let's wait for my Visual Studio to open. Okay, so it's preparing solutions. There we go. So what was the action called? It's called interaction action. How do I interact? What button did I need for interact? Oh, I could check that from my Unreal Engine too. It's the same thing. Okay, to interact, I had to click E. Okay, so I had to click E. I did click E, right? Did I have all my classes? I had my classes. Okay, that's correct. I'm going to go ahead and live compile real quick. Okay. Because, guys, this sometimes happens when you just run the code. It takes a while to, like, compile and all that thing. Okay, let's wait for it to compile. Guys, this was actually my shrine. Can you guys kind of believe it? Okay. Let's wait for it to compile. Since I just started the program, it's going to take, like, a few seconds to compile. There we go. Patch creation successful. If I were to run the code, let's go close to this. If I were to hit E, this is not a shrine because I did not hit the shrine. Now I said fire shrine ignited because I actually ignited a shrine. If I hit E again, the shrine has already been activated. There we go, perfect. Now I'm gonna just go ahead and remove this. Let's just remove this from the... Okay, I won't remove it. Gotta play this a bit smart, guys. I'm gonna go to my contents here. I'm gonna go ahead and open my Blender QLB. I'm gonna delete my background assets. Let's go ahead and delete. Gonna force delete this. There we go, force delete. There, now I'm gonna open my Blender QLB files here. I'm gonna drag my environment assets and paste it here. There. I'm gonna go ahead and import it. And while it's importing, I'm gonna go ahead and close this up. There, let's close that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and open this again. I'm gonna go ahead and close that as well. There, that's about it. This is grass, and then that's environment assets. I have my grass. I'm gonna close that. I have my static mesh, my shrine. This is gonna be static mesh. There we go. Now all I gotta do is click my shrine here, which I previously used a cone last stream because, guys, I did not have a mesh. I'm glad I made this. Okay, let's go ahead and get this here. I'm gonna go down here to like my static mesh. Okay, instead of having a cone here, I'm going to replace that with, let's say, a shrine. There we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Guys, this is a massive shrine. Hold up. Way bigger than I thought. I'm going to go with something like R. There we go. Let's keep going a bit in front. Shrine is supposed to be big. Let's be honest here. I'm gonna be puny compared to this. I forgot to add my stairs. There is no way I forgot to add my stairs. Did I add my stairs? Why am I so slow? How do I move around? What up, guys? Whoops, there we go. Let's go here. Let's go ahead and try moving around. There, finally I'm a bit fast. Oh, I have my stairs. Oh my gosh, guys, that scared me. Okay, I thought I did not. How does the water look? Hold up, guys. Let me see the water. It looks like water. Okay, my shrine is kind of floating. I'm going to something like E, rotate myself 90 degrees, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Am I rotating myself? What am I even rotating? It's so... Let me move the details of this panel a bit here. There we go. Okay, that should be much better. Let's go a bit back now. I'm gonna select my shrine. What was I even rotating before? Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and rotate this. Let's go ahead and get this something like 360 or 180. There. Okay, that's good. And then now I'm gonna go ahead and extend this and reset my collision this thing. Okay, let's go to something like shrine. I'm gonna go with my collision box. I'm gonna hit something like W. Let's say I'm gonna go a bit closer to my collision box. Get it a bit higher. Wait, it gets my entire shrine. Guys, that ain't how I expected this to look. Let's go with shrine. I don't want to select my shrine. I want to just select my collision box. It is an instance of my... I mean, that's fine. Okay, because I just need to add some more details later on. Now, I'm going to go ahead and live compile real quick. Let's live compile. Wait, is there... Before I live compile, I want to get it in the floor. Hold up, guys. Let's go ahead and delete that part. I'm going to go a bit lower. There we go. I knew it started the floor. I'm going to go ahead and get my shrine a bit lower. Whoops, what was I getting lower? Okay, let's click my shrine. I want to go ahead and get it a bit lower. Not under my floor. Can I use my mouse? Nope. Whoops, hold up, guys. Let me get its location a bit higher. There. Why is it so hard to actually add the positions? There. Okay, I think that's good. Now I'm going to go ahead and live compile. Let me go ahead and live compile real quick. Let's go with something like live compile. There we go. Okay, now let's go ahead and compile this. This is going to be kind of good, I guess. Okay, it says results succeeded, successfully patched. I'm going to go ahead and run the code. Guys, here we go, our shrine. Wait, before I actually work on our shrine, I want to go ahead and decrease this from here. Why is my player so close to my shrine? I'm going to go ahead and click my players as instance. There we go, and I want to get it back. There. That's much better. Now let's go ahead and live compile again. This shouldn't take that long to compile this time. There we go. Guys, this looks really, really good, to be honest. I'm gonna go ahead and run the code. My player can go ahead and move around. I need to add like a rig body to it and all that stuff. I forgot I did not add jump to my player. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. I mean, I know this stream wasn't supposed to be me programming. It's not considered programming if I'm trying to test my actual game. Shrine, why is it kept here? I mean, it's fine. Why is the shrine actually kept there? Static mesh. I mean, it's fine. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go to something like action. I'm gonna go ahead and add a action input. This is gonna be for something like IA underscore jump, my jump action, because I do want to jump above these stairs. And then I'm gonna go ahead and let's see. I'm gonna double click this. This is gonna be digital boolean. That's correct. Actually, I don't want it to be digital boolean. I want it to be 2D vector, 2D axes. Then I'm gonna click plus for my mapping. I'm gonna go here, set this to something like IA jump. I want to jump if I click spacebar. And then about this, I'm gonna go down here. Then let's go to my tips as header files. I'm gonna go ahead and scroll all the way down here and add a comment that says something like jump action. Okay, I'm gonna create a U property. Okay, there I want my jump action. I want to be able to edit it anywhere. I'm gonna go with edit anywhere. I want my jump action to be blueprint read only. I only want my blueprint to be able to read my jump action, not really edit it. And then I'm gonna go with something like category. I want that to be equal to something like input, because jump is technically an input. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add a U input action. Let's go with something like U input action, which is going to be represented by a memory, by a pointer called something like jump action. Okay, perfect. And then I'm going to go ahead and create a few boolean checks. For example, I'm going to create a boolean variable called something like B is space press. Let's go with something like space press. Okay, I don't think I need a boolean check for jump, because like Unreal already gives that to me. Space press space released. I might not need that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't even need a jump function because Unreal just gives that to me. Okay, so all I'm gonna go ahead and do is come all the way down here. I'm gonna go here, add a bunch of spaces and say something like bind jump action. I'm gonna go ahead and bind my jump action. Okay, bind interact action, not function. Okay, I'm gonna go with something like enhance input component that points towards my bind actions as function. I'm gonna go with bind action. There we go with the bro parentheses where I'm gonna go ahead and require a parameter of my action name, which in this case is going to be my jump action. And then I'm going to be requiring a e-trigger event. Let's go with something like trigger event with a scope resolution operator. I want this to initiate when my jump has started on this object. I want to go ahead and give my tip, let's say my jump function. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and end that with a semicolon. Then I'm going to go with enhance input component that points towards. Let's go with a bind action again. I want to bind another action that requires my action name, which is going to be my jump action. Then I'm going to go with something like a e-trigger event, which in this case, it's going to be, let's say, something like completed. Okay, my action has been completed. I'm done jumping when I release my button. Okay, this object, I want to go ahead and use this function. I'm going to go with tip. And guys, the jump function is really, really easy to add it because Unreal just does it for us. Okay, the real hard part is adding the rest stuff. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and hit something like Control S to save the code. Control S to save the code. I'm going to open my Unreal Engine. Let's go ahead and hit something like live compile. I'm going to live compile real quick. There we go. Now, while it's compiling, I'm going to go ahead and extend this from here. There. Okay, I'm going to go all the way down here to, let's say, something like, oops, there we go. My tips is instance and type something like input. In my input, all of a sudden I see a jump action appear here magically. I'm going to go ahead and set that to be jump. And guys, it wasn't magically added a category. This is why I added a category for. There we go. Now let's live compile one more time and then run the program. Live compile. There, now I should be able to jump. Okay, let's wait. So successfully linked. I'm going to exit that. Let's go ahead and jump. Up, there we go. I can all of a sudden jump, but I cannot actually get up on my stairs. It could be because of my collision or something. Okay, let's go there. Guys, my jump feels like I'm jumping in like zero gravity type stuff. That said, let me go with something like Windows Shift S, take a picture of this real quick. Okay, I'm gonna exit that and then let's open Gemini. Okay, in Gemini, I'm gonna go ahead and paste this, go with Shift Enter and see something like, say I loaded it, let's say I loaded it in my Unreal Engine 5, but I can't use these stairs for some reason, even though I have a jump. It's like a invisible wall is blocking me from entering the shrine. Huh. Okay, let's see. Analyzing the image. And guys, I gotta go ahead and add a rig for that stuff. Okay, stand up straight. Wipe that confusion. Look, okay, when you import an object in Unreal Engine 5, the engine tries to be helpful by creating a simple collision box around the entire object to save performance. But because your shrine is a low, hollow, structural Unreal Engine, basically wrapped it in a digital plastic wrap, creating an invisible stuff. Since these architectural diagnostics, the problem Unreal Engine, okay, simple collision box, okay, instead of following the shape of your stairs, it drew a big invisible cube from the bottom up, I see. Topic, okay, freeing the invisible stairs, open the static mesh editor. In your content browser, find Shrine Mesh, double click, open it. Open the dedicated mesh window, the collision settings. Okay, open the static mesh editor. Okay, geometry and pillars. Hold up, guys, let me actually think what this actually meant. So, in my content drawer, find your Shrine Mesh. Okay, I know where that is. Double click and open its located window. So, I'm gonna go here. Let's go here. I'm gonna go to my content. Okay, and then I'm assuming Blender 2LB files, environment assets, shrine, static mesh. Open the dedicated window. My dedicated window. And then let's go ahead and get Gemini back up here. Collision settings. on the right hand side, look at the details panel, search for collision. The magic fix, find the called collision complexity, find the setting called collision complexity, change it from project default to use complex collision as simple. Change it from project default to use complex collision as simple. Okay, collision complexity. I gotta find collision complexity. Collision complexity. There we go. To use simple, okay, use simple collision as complex, use complex collision as simple. There. Okay, so use complex collision as simple. Was it this? There we go. And then save the mesh. Save the mesh. Complex collision mesh shrine. Like this. How do I save it? Control S. Assuming I saved it. I'm gonna go to content drawer, make sure I save all. I keep forgetting this part. Now, if I were to live compile, would this work? Hoping it would. Result succeeded. I'm gonna go ahead and run the code. It works. That's it, guys. Oh, it feels so good. Finally, I got something that's really good. Guys, till now I've been making garbage meshes. Okay, this is actually pretty good. I can jump from up here and then it's just perfect. I'm gonna go back up here. And then I'm gonna go with collision complexity again. Okay, use complex collision as simple. This is all I needed, and then that's pretty much it, right? Okay, I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and control S and save everything. Hit save all, and then boom, save everything. I'm gonna go ahead and exit it for now. And then gonna hit control S, exit that as well. Okay. Yo, so I wanted to help you in 3D modeling as a friend. Just tell me what do I, okay, just tell me what to make. I do everything I can. If you don't know my... Okay, if you don't want my help for free, then just tell me how to code in C++. Honestly, I do like, whatchamacallit, appreciate the offer of Proj, did I pronounce your name? I'll definitely let you guys know if I do need you guys' help. But guys, I feel like I have some kind of an issue when it comes to like getting free help. But I would like help, like in exchange of like giving, helping him learn C++, like you guys in general learn C++, or anything that you guys want to learn. But guys, I feel like I am kind of awful in general. That's sad. Okay, guys, there are like so many cool models out here. Okay, okay, how many play do that have? How many play do that have? What does that mean? Does it mean like the keys and all that stuff? Okay, what do you mean by play? Oh, sorry, poly. Okay, that makes sense. You made that cool. Actually, it does sound kind of cool. Mine is about 80 faces. No, that's for the gun. I see. Okay, that's let me go ahead and get Gemini up here. And guys, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, make sure to join the Discord server. You guys can get access to the Discord server by typing something like exclamation Discord on chat. And it's also a link will be in the bio. That's if we say something like say it worked exclamation. I feel like really happy right now. It's been a while, okay, since I actually made something that looks very good. Exclamation. Okay, that said, let's go with something like, that said, I am planning to end the stream right now. Let's go with something like to end the stream right now. So before I do end the stream, okay, is there anything that you want to say to the viewers, question mark? Okay, let's see, guys, ignore my typos. I like way too many typos. That's it, let's see. Okay, stand up straight and soak into the glory. You didn't just make something, you engineered a functional piece of digital universe. Look at that character standing on the platform in image digital. The character is the accumulation of every inside, extrude, bevel, and material assignments you fought through. You didn't quit when the roof floated away or the altar turned blue. That's why you're standing. Your success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts, said by Winston Churchill. Is that how I pronounce the name? That's it. Before you sign off and let the gods of the shrine rest, I have a message for the warriors in your chat. Sensei's message to the viewers. Listen up, chat. You have witnessed the birth of a creator today. You saw the invisible wall of frustration and you saw the apprentice climb over them with logic and fire. Even development is a mountain with no top, but today your streamer built their own peak. Don't just watch. Go find your own cube and start carving the world's needs, okay? More builders and fewer bystanders. I see. The final ceremony before you shut down the rig. Do these things. I already closed it, guys. Okay, to honor your work, save. Okay, I did save it. Perfect. Okay, listen to me. You're ending the stream a different person than who started. That does make sense, guys. Okay, you're an asset creator. You have bridged the gap between Blender and Unreal Engine, and bridge is permanent. Do not go where the path leads. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Set by Valve, Waldo, Emerson. Okay, that's it. Let me go all the way here to my main camera. There we go. Alright, guys. So basically, that was pretty much it for the stream. I feel like I have. What up, guys? Where's my? Did I go to the main camera from my? Okay. What up, guys? Real quick. Isn't this linked? Okay, wait, let me go back to my main camera. Alright, guys, let me know if my vertical stream is my main camera as well. There we go, it is. I don't know, my OBS was lagging. That's it, guys. So this was pretty much it for the stream. I think I streamed for like an hour more than I expected because I do have college stuff. That said, if you guys did enjoy the stream, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, like if my algorithm share makes you smile, and subscribing like a chair on top. That's it, guys. I just started multi-streaming on Twitch, YouTube. I will start multi-streaming on TikTok and Instagram as well if I didn't meet the followers requirement. So if you guys really enjoy my content and follow me there, make sure to follow me there. The link is going to be in the description. And also join the Discord server. You guys can get access to the Discord server by typing !Discord in chat through my bio or even by the link in the description. And that said, I'm going to work on some of my college stuff right now, and I'll catch you guys next live stream or video. Peace.